All right, I think we are good to get started. Hello, everyone. Hope you guys are all doing good. Someone joined back in Discord. Anyways, I'm deafened, so they can't hear me. I can't hear them. I've got everyone here that is looking to help talk to you guys about how Who Killed Ashfur came together. So for those who don't know who I am, my name is Gear Up. I also voice Jfeather, and I was the director, writer, and main editor for this project. So first off, hi guys. I'm so happy to hear you guys really like the project of Who Killed Ashfur. That is something I cannot express to you how happy it makes me just to see you guys enjoy that so much. So thank you again for that. We're going to get into, the discussion for today, but I did want to say thank you again for that, because this is the biggest project I have ever made and I've ever directed, and seeing it have such a positive response makes everything worthwhile. All the time, the 18 months that it took to put this whole thing together, we're going to get through all of that. We're going to go through all of that, how long it took to get everything together, all the voice actors required, all the editing required, all the art required. We're going to get into all that, but this is a project that I've been working on for the past 18 months, and it's insane to hear you guys enjoy it so much. So, and it's insane to, for lack of better terms, cause people despair, because that's all Danganronpa is, and the fact that I was able to translate that into Warrior Cats is something that, whoo, really cool to see. Really cool to see, to make people feel stuff. That's also something in writing that I love. Anyways, I'm gonna make sure everyone's ready. And then we're gonna introduce everyone and then start talking about how everything be put together. I am reading chat, by the way. I'm reading chat as fast as I can. It is in slow mode. I believe me, I am reading chat as fast as possible. We are gonna take chat questions. We are gonna take chat suggestions, requests, everything like that. We're gonna answer as best we can. Hi. I do see everyone. Hi. You guys are great. All right, this is nuts. And by the way, any notifications you see on screen is just, people being great and subscribing to the channel. So thank you for that, every one of you guys. This is your first live stream? This ain't my first rodeo. We'll see if everything goes fine. I'm also testing out the delay and latency to make sure I know. Okay, is Jets and Photography, thank you guys. Not a single person needs to donate anything. Not a single person needs to become a member. But I use all that money to support the team. I use all that money to support the team, the artists, and the moderation team as well. So thank you guys. None of the money goes to the top. We eat the rich. Anyways, I think we're ready to head into Discord. All right. So before we go anything, I need to change this current screen so everyone can see where we're at. I don't know where Noah is, or Brambleclaw, but he's late, as per usual. Anyways.
Wow. He's watching something.
Oh, God.
Football.
I forgot we had a chat box on the side there. Oh, my God. I forgot we had a chat box.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
Chat box.
Oh, it is going... Oh, so, Ross, it's on your face. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. What happened?
No,
sorry. The chatters are blocking your eyes.
Oops.
Oh, yeah, everything just came in at once there.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, wow.
Welcome. Hello.
There's a lot of you people
Greetings.
here.
There's a few. There's a few.
Yeah?
Thank you, guys.
There's a couple people.
Thank you. So we're just gonna head down the line, starting from right to left, because we saved the culprit for last.
Oh, hi.
Hey, if you don't know who I am I really the culprit?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah, true.
Anyways.
You cannot prove anything.
You have no
We
proof.
spent
Four-
4 hours proving it.
Yeah. 4.5.
Yeah,
Anyway.
4.5 hours. Get it right.
Anyway, starting on the right, Tursin, would you mind explaining who you are and what you did for the project?
Hi, I am Tursin. I did a lot of the, before it goes live, I did a lot of grammar checking. I voice acted for Brackenfur. I helped get the script revised, and I also just was like, hey, Gear, you good? Hey, Gear, you good? Hey, Gear, you good?
That's
like,
true.
86 times
They
at
did
least.
do that. Yeah.
That is true. Most of the time it was like, yes, yeah, yeah.
It's like, hey, Gear, do you need a break? Let's play TFT. Let's take a break, because you might need a break.
All right. Thank you for doing that, Tursin. Anyways, moving on. Ross, explain who you are and what you did for the project.
My name is Ross. I like kitty cats, and I did some spell checking. I voiced question mark, everyone's
favorite
favorite character. Yeah.
Love that character.
I didn't do all that much. I don't know. I mod the Discord. I'm here.
Oh my god.
What'd I
Why-
do? What?
Why are no, sorry. People are paying the mods. Mr. PC Photography is paying the mods.
Oh, is that Bud? Thanks,
Oh my
Bud.
god.
But thank you, Ross. Ross has been amazing for this. Really
I'm
person
here.
to bounce ideas off of throughout the whole
Excellent.
thing. All right, Fern. Fern, is Fern there?
Oh well.
Good.
Fern,
Is
Oh, no.
your mic
Burn
working?
Cloud.
Fern Cloud.
Where
Hello?
are you?
Technical
Oh, no.
difficulties?
Oh, messenger. Hold on.
Okay, that's fine. Anyways,
You good,
I'll
girl?
I'll go then.
There are
we
can't hear you.
difficulties on their
Oh,
end.
bye.
Hello?
Sorry, guys. Technical
Hello?
difficulties.
Oh, yeah.
There we
Hey,
go.
there we go.
That's a voice.
I was like, I'm making all these jokes and no one's laughing. Okay.
Oh no.
That's typical.
Like, man,
Anyways,
I'm
Fern
just
Cloud.
really unfunny today. Hello, my name is Fern, and I voiced Fern Cloud in Who Killed Ashfur, and I guess I was just there for moral support besides that. And I love kitties. And
Okay.
All right.
My name is Gear Up. I voiced J Feather. I wrote it. I directed it. I produced it. I bought it, and I edited it.
He did buy it.
He did.
He
Yeah.
doesn't
Oh,
stress
yeah.
us at all. He spent so much money on this.
If anyone's curious, a little over 10,000. Anyways, moving
That's
on.
a little bit.
Just a little
Just
bit
a little
of money.
bit. Anyways,
Yeah.
Epic Rocker over here. Who are you and what
Alright.
you do for the project?
Hi, I'm Epic, or Matt. Not to be confused with Matt.
Hi, I'm Matt.
But I did the editing for the opening intro, and as well as the non-stop debates that were seen during the trial. And I also received many gigabytes of DMs from Gear Up over here of the progress of the of the editing.
And I will adapt on that because we're both. I don't want to say we're novice editors. We're still learning a
Yeah.
lot of what After Effects is or Vegas is, and anytime either of us finds a new trick to edit with, we send it to each other.
Literally every time. It
I mean-
is. There's so much.
To be fair, all artists never stop learning. You can
Oh,
be a professional
absolutely.
and you're still gonna learn. So
Yeah.
And to the star of the show,
hello. I'm Jax. Obviously, I voice Sandstorm in both the regular dub and then also Who Killed Ashfur. I also drew the entirety of the closing argument.
yet you still don't want to be a part of the art team. I did pay for you.
Yeah, that's. I'm not gonna talk about that right now.
Wait, you're not on
I
the art
thought it was
team?
really good. I loved it.
Wait, I thought you were on the art team.
No,
Oh.
I just did the art because why not?
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
And I'm going through chat right now, and one question to start with is, did the voice actors know Who Killed Ashfur to start with? There was a few voice actors who didn't read that far into the script before they did their lines, and so they wanted to do it. I know Blackstar was one of them. That Blackstar specifically only just read his lines. That's it. He specifically did not want to go through and read who actually did it until the actual videos came out. I don't know if he kept up with that, but there were a few voice actors who didn't know. But
I-
unfortunately, everyone here is friends with me, and so they had to know because
I
I
sure
couldn't
wish
shut
I
up.
could-
Unfortunately.
I sure wish I didn't know before watching the video. I don't think that was an option for me.
That would have been really funny if it was a surprise to you too.
You have
listen,
confession
Wait, it was me?
lines,
What the fuck?
and it's like, wait, it was me? I thought it was like throwing myself under the bus.
Oh my god, I can't believe my confession was real.
Yo.
Wait, me describing the exact way he died and how I did it is actually how he died and how I did it? What?
I would also like to mention that I also have many gigabytes of files from Gear Up detailing almost everything that happened during the trial.
Yep.
It's wild. The amount of writing that went on for this is insane.
I have a lot of like Excel spreadsheets and Google
Thank you,
Sheets about like
gracious.
of helping like here, I'm gonna organize everything.
Oh,
And everything that's not
Bramble Claw
organized
is
takes
almost
four.
here. He's watching football right now. He's almost here though.
Yeah, Brandon
I just
Yeah.
I just read everything when I was supposed to be paying attention in class. So any bad grades are your fault.
Oh my god, don't give the kids ideas.
Oh my god.
Study hard. Study hard.
Don't guilt trip the audience.
Don't kill.
Isn't that the point of this stream, to just guilt trip everyone into reading Warrior Cats instead of paying attention in class?
Yeah.
You know,
I mean-
Wait, I'm sorry. I was reading Warrior Cats. What were you talking?
I'm sorry. Sorry, I was drawing Warrior Cats.
Anyways, so I do, before we get into anything of how this project started, because I'm pretty much stalling for time, because Brambleclaw is the only other person here that started this project with me in March of 2022, so I'm stalling for him to get here.
I'll yell at him when he gets here.
But I did want to thank each of you guys in call specifically, because this project would not have existed without either of your guys' help. From grammar checking my typing, because there was over 2,000 things I needed to type. We counted, and I will get to that later. There was over 2,000 things I needed to type for dialogue, so thank you for that. If it was for the person that wanted to throw everything they had into a character that wasn't even named, thank you, Ross, for that. Like, that is, I couldn't have asked for a better Star Clan cat than you.
Oh, I'm so happy you liked
Actually
it.
Star Clan. Fern Cloud, I said this before to you yesterday, that there was no better voice I could have ever dreamed of for Fern Cloud.
Thank you. That's so sweet.
And there
Oh,
he
there he
is.
is.
I will get
Look
him on
at
screen
him.
in a bit. And then I'm going to also thank for Matt, because that intro is something I couldn't think of, let alone
It
try
slaps.
to convey in an edit in a way
Thank
that
you.
you did, that meant a lot to the series, that valued so much, that actually added a lot of lore to it that only people noticed because I pointed it out to them during a live stream. And the non-stop debates made everything really come together as a professional Danganronpa project. And once more, to the culprit of this case, like, you, again, number one, couldn't think of a better voice for Sandstorm. Number two, the way you carried yourself for this whole thing, the way you did the closing argument, we talked about this, that we had a lot of unspoken rules when I edited the closing argument, that you just decided we didn't talk about it, and I did exactly what you were thinking, because your
Yeah.
art was in a way that did so well for it. So again, thank each and every one of you. And then to Noah, who just popped in here, say hi, who are you, and what did you do for the project?
Hey, I'm Noah. So sorry I'm late, guys. I was having some computer problems. But I voiced Brambleclaw in WKA. Also one of the founding members of the project, but mostly Matt does all the work. Super happy to be here, and I just want to shoot a quick congratulations to Matt for the WKA coming full circle. It was a really long project. Super proud of you, dude. Want to throw out a quick thank you to all of our artists, our art leads, done an amazing job. All of our admins and mods throughout this whole thing. Our voice actors, Nora, who did a great job
Oh
on the
my God.
music.
I can
There's
go
So
on.
good.
it is indescribable the amount of people that put time into this project, and it would not have looked anywhere near as close to what it looked like without the help of each individual. So just a huge thank you to everybody, and congratulations.
And Brambleclaw is now on screen. There he is.
You were watching football.
Yeah.
The football game I was watching ended an hour ago, but thank you.
Cool. All right.
Which one of you told him I was watching football?
All of us.
Oh yeah,
all
all
of
of us.
us,
yeah.
Oh, you're so tiny.
Now,
You should
okay,
make
he's
Brambleclaw
fine.
really tiny.
His tail is like
The tail.
I have to
I
paint.
guess
I have
small is
to.
right.
I have to paint myself as more of a villain because I watch football and also.
And you're
I'm
also
Brambleclaw,
Brambleclaw
so-
because Brambleclaw
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, now the
Brambleclaw
screen's
sucks.
all full.
Why am I next to him?
a villain.
Because
Yeah,
we
just
don't
make-
want to be next to him.
Just make me sideways, poking out of the top left.
Wait, I want to be my Bramble.
Hold on, I got this.
Oh god.
This is what Gear deals with all the time. We're like children.
Just
Okay.
rotate me 180 to 280 degrees and poke me out of the top left.
You're like, I'm ready to turn tomorrow.
I'm just now watching the screen, waiting to see how everything's changing.
It's so good.
You just see him pop up from the side.
What team, Bramble? I'm not going to talk about my team right now because they lost.
Oh,
Okay, time to research.
That's
Because
rough,
it ended
buddy.
an hour ago and they lost. I can figure out what team it was.
Good luck.
Okay.
Thank you, I need it.
So let's get started on how Who Killed Ashfur began. Noah, this is about you and me.
Oh,
Because one day you brought me down into a DM and said, "Hey, I got an idea."
as does most of our as does most of what we do. Here's the thing: is me and him come up with these ideas, or I come up with this like really insane, stupid idea, and I pitch Gear on it, and then it turns into a multi-$1,000 project. As is
Not
traditional.
wrong.
So it's
As is
real.
traditional. This is probably the third time it's happened.
the DM that
What?
shot the director's wallet.
Yeah.
Ugh.
My day job hurts. Anyways, so yes,
Don't quit it.
he brought me an idea and said, "Hey, you know Danganronpa, that game we both really enjoyed? I know of a murder, and we could take that and run." And so we started talking about this. It was like becoming an idea, and then I went to go visit this man in Vegas. And we decided, let's get a whiteboard and start putting
the
this
whiteboard.
murder
Yeah,
together.
we went. Can I insert a story? We went to
Absolutely.
Target. We went to Target looking for this stupid whiteboard, and all we could find were these like kids markers. So we ended up buying this huge, like this dinky little whiteboard and like a pack of kids markers.
So I will be putting it on stream right now, the exact whiteboard, because all we did was we had an afternoon in March of 2022. We had a whiteboard, we had kids expo markers that you could see in the top
Yeah.
left, and we had
Yeah.
a bowl of jelly beans. And
Yeah.
we just went ham.
You just
No,
had
they
a
were-
bowl of jelly
They were
beans.
no, not just a bowl of jelly beans. It was a bowl of like
50
I
different
remember
flavors. It was a
we
it was
were
a-
playing the game of whether it was a cherry jelly bean or a cinnamon jelly bean.
Oh,
Oh my
Bean Boozled?
god.
Oh, Bean
but,
Boozled,
like,
yeah.
actual
Yeah.
flavors.
Because
Okay,
I would
will
like
say
eat one
this,
and I would
lawn
like.
clippings is better than the green one. I will not take any comments.
Yeah.
I just remember eating them and like looking at Matt every time I got a cinnamon one and be like, why are these in here? Like,
So we went through many ideas on this whiteboard. As you can see, we actually tried to incorporate different characters from different clans. First, we wanted Crowfeather to be a part of the trial. We wanted Breezepelt, Mothwing to be a part of the trial. Those really didn't work with our story, as we found out, so we just added more and more characters from ThunderClan. And the more characters we added from ThunderClan, we realized that, oh, these guys are background characters. They really don't say much, do they? So we added a lot of personalities to them. Like, Dustpelt and Thornclaw were the, we're getting angry and accuse and not trust anyone. Greystripe was fat. And so from that, the characters we had were the hardest part to write. And you could see how everything came to be on just the whiteboard itself, from the non-stop debates when we tested out mini games to the actual location of the fur that Hollyleaf scratched. That used to be in camp instead of outside camp. But a lot of this stuff changed, and all of this turned into this right here. This is a document that I created a while back that is detailing essentially what happened the day of the murder, and the bullets, and the production team, all of the characters. And then I had to study an entire Danganronpa trial and write down everything that I saw editing wise that I could do in Vegas or in After Effects, and all the art pieces that I needed, answering a question, presenting evidence, non-stop debates, rebuttal showdowns, mass panic debates, scrum debates, and this line was here from the very beginning. We had planned this line before the script was written. But that's Leafpool's lie, isn't it?
It wasn't even.
That was one of the ideas. They made it from the couch all the way to the final production.
Yep.
That was entirely Noah.
Yeah, entirely.
The full thing, full circle.
I just pinged you in that chat that has been dead in our server for a long time, and there's that video that you took of yourself and me talking about the timeline.
Oh God. So I have a question. How soon after the whiteboard did you send me the voicemail?
I think
that was same day.
Middle of that conversation, I called you and I said, I called Jax and I said, how do you feel about murdering somebody?
No, okay, so for reference, I was on the way to get dinner because I was still in college at this point.
Yeah.
So I was on the way to get dinner. I look at my phone, I see a voicemail from Noah. I play it and it's he asks, hey, just wanted to ask you a quick question. Would you murder? And that was it.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Oh my God.
It was a voicemail.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Oh, my
But
God.
so a lot of this was us just having a lot of fun, and that was the core crux of us putting this together. And this document wasn't even for the full script. This was me studying a Danganronpa trial for 47 pages. I want to reiterate. This is 47 pages long of a document that I took a Danganronpa trial and translated that into the Warrior Cats Series 3 Ashfur Murder.
Who said college would give you useless skills? I see them in use right here.
Yeah, that's nicely formatted. Well done.
Yeah, honestly.
Thank you. So this is half of this was me studying the trial, the other half is the sequence of events of the actual Who Killed Ashfur. And investigation, done in visual novel style, body autopsy, see by the body, Cloudtail's absence, Squished Berry, Border Patrol alibi, Scrap of Fur, Brackenfur's account, Messed Up Herbs, Cinderheart's account, Ashfur missing in the fire. All of this was planned from the very beginning.
Yeah.
It was never going to be Hollyleaf. I'm sorry for anyone who read the books. It was never going to be Hollyleaf.
We knew who the killer was going to be after the first meeting when he was in Vegas.
When this whiteboard was made, we said no to Hollyleaf.
Yeah.
We wanted to pull the rug out of everyone, not once, but twice.
There was a lot of people who asked, I remember there was a lot of people mid-production who asked, when did you guys know that Sandstorm was going to be the killer? And I was just from day one. Sandstorm was always going to be the killer. Because it just made it was more fun writing it, I think, for you, right?
Yes.
It
allowed me to create something, which instead of just copying from the book.
Right. Plus, we had a lot of fun with Cloudtail. Had a lot of fun with J Feather's dialogue. A lot of fun with Squirrel Flight's dialogue right towards the end of the trial.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fabulous.
And also our casting.
Yes.
A lot of the VAs just bring those characters to life, and it's awesome.
And a lot of why we chose Sandstorm is because of the overarching story that transcended beyond just the 15 cats debating on the island. The reason our tagline is "Whatever you don't believe a word they say" is because of this overarching story. We can get into it if we really wanted to. People are still curious about it. I can explain it right here and now because, I mean, the series is done.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah.
You can go watch it.
I should have put this as a warning, but yeah, spoilers for Who Killed Ashfur. Don't watch the stream.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah.
in the
It's a
description.
little late, but you know.
I wonder who the murderer is. I wonder who it is.
Oh, gee, I can't tell who it is, guys. Can you tell me?
Hollyleaf. The book says it's
I think-
Hollyleaf. It's
Oh, it's
Hollyleaf.
Hollyleaf. Okay.
Oh.
okay.
Mhm.
Wait a
I
second.
bet it was a cat to my left. Wait, no.
The
Would it
reason
be to
we
your right.
the real
Yeah.
reason we chose. Oh wow,
My right.
really? You're right. Wow.
Wait, is that all of us to the right?
Yes, one of you. One of you
Oh.
did it.
It's someone.
That's what I'm
One of
accusing.
us.
It's someone.
But yes,
Or it's one of chat. One of you above me.
It's
We-
Monica.
we chose Sandstorm because if Sandstorm was the murderer, it would give a motivation for the actual mastermind of the series to hurt the character that he wanted to hurt the most. This is a question I posed yesterday as the premiere ended. Who does the StarClan cat want to hurt the most? The answer is none of the main characters. It is Firestar that he wants to hurt the most. What better way to do that than to kill his mate, pretty much. If Tiger Star found out that someone had accidentally murdered Ashfur and never meant to do it, period, he could take that and say, there was intent. You guys need to figure this out. There's going to be, it's a manipulation from his point of view to shut off StarClan and tell everyone that this was done with intent. They have a murderer in their in their clan, and they need to figure it out. And as soon as they figure it out, they're going to realize it's an accident, and then Tiger Star is going to take the life of Sandstorm. That is the whole reason. That despair for Firestar is the whole reason this trial exists. So the whatever you do, don't believe a word they say was StarClan trying to tell everyone, including the viewer, Tiger Star is gonna mess shit up.
Yeah, I tried to warn you. Sorry.
So yes, and it was pretty obvious from the get-go when Extra Voices was Grant, or even when I credited StarClan Cat as Grant. But that is Tiger Star at the end. He doesn't listen to anyone, and it's only Jay Feather that realizes that it wasn't. So
With
People keep asking if I am that cat, the StarClan cat. Like people that are in a separate voice call with me because they heard me do a Grant impression. And can you please tell them that
Oh,
I
you
am not
can do a
Grant?
good Grant impression.
you can do a great.
Your
great
voice sounds
impression.
like it.
Sometimes.
It's just they're like, wait, I thought you were the StarClan cat at the end. I'm like, no,
So
that was Grant.
we chose Sandstorm because it worked with our story of having Tiger Star get his revenge toward Firestar by killing off his mate or causing despair to his family, causing a rift in his family, causing the secret to be revealed because he knew Hollyleaf couldn't take it anymore. He knew all of this. He can, much like StarClan, he watches over in the Dark Forest, as evident by the rest of the series. So when he finally is able to have enough power to get into the real world, he shuts off StarClan, poses as them. That wasn't Maple Shade in the first video. That was Tiger Star disguising his own voice. You can hear his regular voice in the background. He wasn't powerful enough to disguise his full voice to be Spotted Leaf, but you could still hear Tiger Star in the background of Spotted Leaf. And then as he waltzed into the trial at the very end, he decided to say, F it, I'm going in and I'm killing them. It is something we planned from the very beginning to have Tigerstar take his final revenge to Firestar for this.
Poor guy.
I never knew it was Grant in the first part. See, I'm still learning secrets.
And so
that's what this trial was all about. Secrets.
secrets
Oh
and
my god,
loyalty.
secrets and loyalty!
Oh my God.
Secrets and loyalty.
Like
Oh
the
my
show.
god.
I've seen this question pop up a couple times. Who did the art? We have a huge art team.
Yes.
Yeah.
You should look in the description of all the videos and you'll see all the links and stuff. Massive art team. That's who did the art. All of us.
And
How many
I
members is your
paid
art team
for
have?
every single sprite that you see, and I couldn't be happier with how everything turned out. The one I'm using right now is my all-time favorite, and I love this one.
It's so cute. It's really
It's
good.
amazing.
Emma did great on that.
Amazing, dude.
Sandstorm, how did the bedshade berries taste? Yeah, how did they taste?
Yeah, you know, I don't know, because I kind of washed that off before I tried them. I probably should have tried them, you know? I feel like they'd have a good flavor.
And
I
wonder
taste
what
like
they
jelly
taste like.
bean.
The
I
forbidden
wonder
jelly.
what they taste like.
you know,
I wonder what they taste like. Disconnect sound.
Oh yeah, you wanna? I wonder what they taste like.
Oh, she can disappear. Oh.
but so the tagline of "Whatever you do, don't believe a word they say" was for the viewers as well. And the one thing the viewers always believed is that this murder was done with intent. That is the one thing that Tigerstar got you all to believe. And that, when it was an accident from the very beginning, because that is all Sandstorm ever said, that is what made him say, "I win," at the very end. You know, when, at the very end of the credits for every video, it wasn't us. It wasn't the Warrior Cats fandom who said, "Thank you for watching." It was Tigerstar who said, "Thank you for watching." Because why wouldn't he thank the viewer for watching him destroy ThunderClan and do nothing to help them?
Yeah.
So he wanted to thank you guys.
Yeah, Tigerstar is very much inspired by the Monokuma character, but more so playing it from the dead rather than a live character.
Yeah.
hmm
Oh god, don't tell me about writing Brambleclaw for this. You know how hard it was to write
Oh,
Brambleclaw
God.
as a
Yeah, but you
likable
did so good.
character? Thank you.
Oh, yeah, like
It's so difficult, bro.
Not only
Yeah.
not only
Nice.
is it really difficult to write Brambleclaw as a likable character, it's really hard to take what is written and turn him into a likable character, even though, I mean, I still think that everyone on this channel fucking hates my character, and it's fine. I get it. I'm okay with being the bad guy.
We just hate you in general.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
No, no.
Got it, I'll
we
mute.
love
I'll
you.
mute.
No, hey, unmute,
No.
please.
She just killed
Good night,
again.
kid.
Need it.
We'll get some chicken nugget.
Chicken nuggets.
Oh god, a callback.
Chicken nugget break.
So
Oh wait, callbacks.
that's actually a great
Further
segue
callback.
to the auditions that we did. So
Ooh,
Oh,
yeah.
So before I wrote the full script, I wanted to get an idea of our characters. I wanted to get the idea of who all of our characters were going to sound like and like the names of all of them. There was 21 characters in total, 22 if you count Tigerstar, obviously. And auditioning for these characters was difficult for a lot of the characters that we didn't have. A lot of the characters that we did have, like Sandstorm, like Brackenfur, like Ferncloud, we had those characters on lock because I can't imagine those guys as anyone but their own voices.
Oh,
Like
thanks.
Well, thank you.
everyone here, like so Sandstorm, Brackenfur, Ferncloud, hell, even Brambleclaw is hard to imagine without Noah's voice.
I thought you.
And J Feather.
Ah.
I really-
Hey,
Jay Feather included.
Don't be down on yourself like that.
I had really fought on the whole Brambleclaw decision because I really thought that we had another voice actor who would have been better for the role. But
It's
fought
like,
back on
so
that.
the only other two I believe that were invited to callbacks for Brambleclaw was Sean Chiplock and Mike_feedback.
Which is like, man, like,
So Sean Chiplock is our Ashfur, and bless his heart, he took that role and ran with it. There was a lot of lines. You know when he said, "This is the only way," and he practically sang that? I didn't tell him to do that. He just decided to, out of whim of being Ashfur.
It was amazing in that recording session. We were bouncing off each other so well.
And a lot of voices we went through with Hollyleaf, with Leafpool was difficult to get down because a lot of people had a really good motherly tone to them, including Ross. Like, it is like all of that took a lot to find the right voices for, and I'm very glad that we got to the voices we did, including the question mark character, including StarClan, including all of the leaders on the tree. Leopard Fur, bless her heart and her bad mic quality, we can't find anyone with that kind of manipulative voice to her that had that resolute, just asshole in her voice. You can't find that anywhere, even though she had a bad mic.
Okay, I get it. I'm not doing enough here.
My favorite casting
I could
job.
sound asshole. I could try.
My favorite cast of the entire WKA, other than Sean Shiplock, has to be Cloudtail.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I was
god!
about to say a special
yeah.
shout out for Cloudtail.
Oh my god!
I love Blackstar.
I do.
Poppy did great.
I love Squirrelflight. Ava did
Oh,
a
yeah.
Me too.
amazing
yeah.
Roleplay is up there
Yeah.
too.
We're just gonna
Voice as
name
well.
all of them.
Just
Everyone.
I should say, I should preface. Everyone did great, but when Cloudtail reads his lines, I laugh.
I love Thornclaw.
Brambleclaw, how many times do I have to tell you not to bring Fresh Kill into these meetings?
Oh, he's got cheeky
Oh, I'm gonna
nuggies.
get some fresh kill. Be right back.
Oh, that's me. I'm eating
Why?
burrito right now.
I have
We have a
preserved
question
kill.
from chat. Why did Brambleclaw as the main character? Was there other options for protagonist role? I mean, obviously there's always other options,
Yeah.
right? It just
But-
goes into the creative process.
It was
What-
part
and
of
what
the
we wanted to-
story that worked so well because Brambleclaw was the only one who didn't know about the secret at the time. Brambleclaw was a deputy of ThunderClan. Brambleclaw was everywhere at every point. There was no way we could write any other character to be a main character to have that emotion in figuring out that, yeah, your kids are not your kids as Brambleclaw. And it was a hard decision because I hate Brambleclaw too, don't worry. It is, but
Thanks.
if we took him and had the viewer discover all of the secrets with him, it would be better than being a passive observer. Is the best way I could put it.
My favorite thing that Bramble does in this is I like how he like kind of ignores the people in front of him, and you can hear his thoughts, and the people are like, "Hello, Bramble, hello."
Mhm.
Hello?
Yeah.
When we went back into Danganronpa, one of the most important things from characters like Makoto Naegi is that they're an observer. I mean, you're playing as them, but they're an observer mostly. So you can't have them be involved with every secret thing that happens. You can't give them these big alibis because they're observing, because you're playing the character, right? That's why characters like Makoto Naegi, Shuichi Saihara, I mean, they don't have a lot of things going on and that revolve around them, but they are figuring out and discovering things that happen with other characters, which is why I thought Brambleclaw was a good choice, because he is a bit of a quiet observer sometimes.
That is true.
It also
Mm-hmm.
the books gave us a lot of back info to base his character off of and everything.
Yeah.
Because you can understand how he thinks, and there's already that huge base from series 2, you know?
I just saw a comment. There are bloopers. Let me tell you, there are
Oh.
bloopers.
Oh,
I think bloopers are
yeah.
coming. Yeah.
Yeah, those will be a separate video. We will leave that for surprise in some of them.
I will be editing an entire blooper video. You will see that, so don't worry. That is something that I'm looking forward to editing. Because there's a lot of when I voice acted as Jayfeather, I had to sound angry. And no one here knows this, my cats hate it when I sound angry. So they just start meowing at me every time I sound angry. And so a lot of my bloopers is just being interrupted by my cats.
Shout out to Max. Shout out to Hera.
He's
Yeah,
the best
just like
character.
Hera, honestly.
So there is
I
the
had some
beautiful-
bloopers.
Oh yeah, you died in yours.
Oh yeah, Well, I had to use my dad's closet when I came back for winter break. I'm in my closet. I'm like crying over my, dead litter mate, and he knocks on the door and he's like, "What are you saying? You want to go talk to your sister?" And I'm like, "No." He's like, "I need."
Oh, keep going. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, I was just. He's like, "I need to get dressed," and I'm like, "Okay."
I have one where I almost broke my mic.
How?
Don't worry about it.
Oh,
You'll see. You know what?
okay.
You'll hear it. You'll
Yeah.
hear it. I also sent that one to you specifically, so.
Okay, so I guess I just forgot. Okay.
Do I have any bloopers? I'm also back.
I think you do, actually.
I don't recall them.
A lot of the times when we recorded, when I recorded with any of our voice actors, I just recorded in my background and just recorded the Discord call or whatever call we were on, and just recorded for bloopers. So we have those. But yeah, all the voice actors were, I wouldn't say strategically chosen. They were chosen because they represented the character the best, and because of that, a lot of the voice actors really got into character, like Cloudtail, like Squirrelflag, like everyone here that voice acted except for Matt, and like
Yep.
they all got really into their character and
Which
made
Matt?
them come alive. So all of our voice actors did so exceptionally well. There's not a single moment where I thought that there was something that could have been done better, because everyone gave it their all at every point. And I'm included.
Yeah,
I'm
you're sad,
included
Angie
with that.
J Feather. Wow.
So good.
Someone asked this in Discord. It was like, what was the hardest part to record as a voice actor? And for me, as J Feather, it is recording a fake confession while fake crying and being J Feather.
I felt so bad for you. I was
Yeah.
like, no, yeah.
I have a blooper that I did a little animation to. I sent it to you, Ross.
Yeah, it's
But-
good.
I just, because I'm not talking in my Ferncloud voice right now. I go higher, and my voice cracked, and I just started dying. I was about to join Ashfur, like I was gone.
She's like, I'm so tired of being a sad cat.
Like,
I'm done. Gotta go join my brother.
Burn Cloud's a plot device.
leave me
Aw,
alone,
unfortunately.
Brambleclaw.
So-
Leave me alone, Brambleclaw.
Listen, I'm allowed to say whatever I want because everyone's gonna get mad at me anyway. So
Yeah.
Listen, I became exposition for about a half of the finale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
my yeah. I'll go ahead.
I was gonna say the next point that brings me to is the script itself. All of the documents that you guys are gonna see on the stream will be put in the announcements of our Discord after the stream is done today, just so you guys can look at it yourself. You guys don't have to read all 174 pages of the
I
script.
had to.
You should, though. You
Multiple
should.
times.
It's a very good read.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's also a good read to go along with the video.
this is the script. So we have the characters up top, and then we start with the prologue. And this goes all the way, just all the way down. Just gonna let this go. We're at 20 pages. And we're 40, 50.
And you wrote all of this, right?
Let's keep going. Yep. That's good.
You still have the sticker
going.
that's like Tersen ignore grammar suggestion?
No, I think that was getting rid of.
No! But we still
But-
have the at least not blind like J Feather sticker.
Yes. That's my But yeah, everything that was part of the trial
fight
is
it.
on this document here, and all of it. Yeah, all of the dialogue was written obviously with the books as a guide, and I did take some direct lines like the fire scene, like Hollyleaf's confession to the secret. Those were all a few of those were direct lines that were taken from the books themselves, with me throwing them in and editing them into the series itself. Seeing a lot of people talk about Blixamy. Blixamy was our Hollyleaf, and
Yeah, she
did-
popped up on the screen. I
Oh,
think
did she?
a sub.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yo.
did see that. Here, I'm gonna replay it. There it is. Yeah, but Blixamy, fantastic voice actor for Hollyleaf. Honest
good.
to God, took that secret and ran with it.
I would have never chosen that, but it's such a good choice.
Low-key afraid. at Holly Leaf's breakdown. Whoa.
Oh
Whoa
my
there.
God. Combined with the music I put in the background for, that went hard. Her breakdown went absolutely hard.
And her sprites were wonderful with everything. They
Oh
look
my
so
God.
good.
Yeah, the way you just kept changing which of the OST was playing for every line was so good.
So I again, huge props to every voice actor because they all took their character and ran with it. And a lot of the times I didn't need to direct them with this. A lot of the times they just knew exactly what to say and how to say it. And for that, I am very, very thankful that everyone here like knew what their role was and knew how to do it.
Jay Feather, here's an important question. What pancake flavor are you?
Oh my God!
No, we're not answering this one again.
Nightshade. Anyways.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh. That's
Hmm.
Laura's favorite.
Wait, shouldn't that be me instead now?
But so one thing I will say about this script is a lot of this I learned a lot. I learned a lot writing this, and foreshadowing was something that I was really big into in this whole thing. And because I know everything about Danganronpa is every detail matters. Everything that is said matters. There is some flavor text like the blood, the rabbit blood for Ashfur's hair because he dyed it red. That's flavor text. That didn't need to be reiterated after that. But a lot of this is very, 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 very intricately woven into the story. For example, Sandstorm's confession saying that I always tried to tell you all, but I couldn't because of the secret. That was to be expected. That's her entire reason for not mentioning that she did it right from the get-go. Sure, it was not the strongest of reasons, but it was a reason nonetheless that she wanted to protect her daughters. And not mentioning anything about the secret did that. Now, as soon as Hollyleaf mentioned the secret, period, what is the first thing out of Sandstorm's mouth before she's interrupted by Jay Feather? Ashfur was alive when I last saw him. Let me see if I can find that.
Yeah. I think I had a blooper based around that line as well.
Where are you?
Oh, Brackenfur, what pancake flavor are you?
There it is.
don't know.
So
What's
this is
pancake?
the first thing out of Sandstorm's mouth as soon as the secret is fully revealed. But she said it herself, Holly met with Ashfur and left. Ashfur was alive and she was planning on just confessing right then and there. It was easy, the secret was over with, and then I caused the trial to be 2 hours longer.
Yeah, that would have been a much
You
cheaper
pulled a
video.
cocktail. He actually had reason to.
So
Oh.
a lot of this was carefully written, and this is my first time writing a murder mystery, obviously with help from the books, and I am very proud of how it came out.
Found it.
So, okay, now that the writing part is done, I would like to take this time to start on some of the things that we did art-wise, acting-wise,
The glizzy.
the
glizzy.
So, when all of the characters were selected, voice actor-wise, we decided it would be best for everyone before our official recordings to get everyone in the same call, as many as we can, and just go through the trial, one after the other, like responding to each other, fighting each other, reading every line of the trial until the very end, from start to finish, in like a good 3-hour time span where we just went all in a Discord call and did this.
That was fun.
Cloudtail.
Oh my god.
So, it was never written that Cloudtail ate a hot dog. It was never written. Never written in one single moment. And I don't know who mentioned it. I don't know who started it. It may have been Cloudtail himself. But as soon as he got to his lines where he revealed where he was instead of being on the night guard post, he just went for the glizzy. And we died for 5 minutes straight.
I don't know. It was the
Reason
rest
that
of the
Cloud
recording.
It was because on the recording somebody was eating a glizzy, I remember. Because a lot of us were eating breakfast. Somebody, I don't know who, I don't remember who, but somebody was eating it and we had to do a serious line and was like rum 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 rum. And that's where the VA, I guess, or Cloudtail got the idea.
It's just, and he just went for the glizzy. And then from that point on, it always was a hot dog. There was never a moment in this entire script where it mentions a hot dog. It just says 2-leg food. And then every artist, every little bit, even the squishing sound in the closing argument was a reference to the glizzy that we all laughed about in the first recording.
Oh,
I think that's my favorite little inside joke.
We do have a recording of that first run through of the scripts, and that will be a part of the bloopers.
I do have to say, the first time hearing the mass panic debate was magical.
Yeah, it was.
Oh my
It was so
God.
fun.
Because it felt like it actually did in the games, and it was
Oh my god.
that recording, like, it was, like, I guess the only word I really can say is magical.
Yeah.
I would just like to say, Gear bought me the game to play it
Yeah.
This
while
makes
this was
sense.
being written.
Yeah.
We also got our squirrel flight to be obsessed with the games.
Hi, Blix.
Blix and me.
Oh,
Hi,
said a thing.
Blix.
Hi, Blix.
Hi, Blix.
Hi, Blix.
Hello.
You did
Huge-
so good.
Huge props to
Amazing.
yourself too. Thank you. Thank you for being a part of this. We are so happy to have you. Again, thank you. You did wonderful. I didn't need
You
to
weren't
like...
subbed?
This is why
You
I
weren't
hate you,
subscribed?
Grandpa.
Shut up, Brambleclaw!
I'm asking the right questions.
Oh boy.
Can I tell you, Blix? It's so difficult to play opposite you.
Oh my god.
Like, you're the whole thing. It's like the most difficult challenge I've ever had in my entire life.
Oh.
Ugh.
All right, and then did anyone have anything to say about like their actual recordings with me or for the character that they want to touch on? Hell, Blix, if you want to touch on how you did Hollyleaf, because I know I wasn't there for that and you just did it on your own. If you want to touch on how you did that, like please, by all means, go for it and tell us in the comments below. But if anyone here has anything they want to say, except for Matt, on how they recorded their own lines, please go for
Every
it.
time, except for Matt.
I mean,
It-
I love being a broke college student recording for a married mother of 7.
Oh my god.
You know,
I'm so
getting,
sorry. I'm so sorry.
you know, and like, hate, you know, in real life, I hate Ashfur, so I had to be like, no, I like him.
Oh yeah, I
like
wrote you
Malcolm
as the
X
sad
before.
sibling for a good half that
Yeah,
trial.
she was Sorreltail first, wasn't she?
I
think
auditioned.
so, yeah.
Yeah, because Sorreltail was one of the characters that was written in first, so I auditioned for her. And then when there was a bit of a change up, I got Ferncloud, and I was like, heck yeah, Ferncloud, best mom ever.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
but not best grandma. That award
Yeah.
goes to me.
True.
Yeah, I get best grandma.
Wait,
Absolutely.
Would I murder for doubling an Ivy Pool? Probably.
I think yeah, we did Sorreltail first, and then we were like, oh wait, Ashfur has a sibling, doesn't he? Because it's never addressed at any other point other than the first series that Ashfur has a sibling, and then even
Cloudtail-
Cloudtail's part of his siblings.
Yeah, it's like we're 3 siblings, so after like the first arc, we never talk again. I don't think I ever talked to Cloudtail. We're just like, oh, he's eating a glizzy. Gotta leave him alone.
I think one of my favorite things from recording was like my recording session with Sean, just because of how in character the both of us got.
Oh my
It
god,
was-
I was there for that.
Well, yeah, you kind of had to be.
Yeah. It was fantastic, and I think Squirrelfly joined us at the very end. And
Yeah.
when Squirrelfly and Ashfur were at the fire scene, they did that at the very end.
Oh,
And
it's so good.
they were bouncing off of each other. It felt real.
It was so good.
Um,
There was that recording session was something I wasn't allowed to talk about at the panel we had.
God, yeah.
Gear wouldn't let me.
We should talk about
course.
that panel.
Oh my. First, Blixme had 2 energy drinks and had pure unfiltered chaos before being Hollyleaf, which fits, actually.
Yeah.
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 Because Hollyleaf needed to go nuts, and yeah, that fits. That checks out. That panel, I specifically pulled Jax over here aside and said, if you mention anything about recording with Sean, I will kill you. And
Yeah, that's not a threat to me, by the way.
and that's because if you mention anything about recording with Sean after Sean says that he was Ashfur who died, what are people gonna think?
I
So-
could have just played it off as you needing someone to record lines. And
Then let's
like
take that chance.
I
Gotta
Yes,
protect
we-
the secret.
told me at the panel, but then you were like, oh yeah, I was just filling him for somebody else, and I was like, oh yeah, that makes perfect sense. And I knew who the murderer was, so I don't even know why. Yeah.
that is also the reason why for the thumbnail contest, I submitted mine anonymously.
Yep. Oh,
Let's see.
did anyone have anything else to say about their own recording sessions?
I did want to say, like, I got to record, and I had joined at the same time as Ava, our wonderful Squirrel Flight VA, and it was just, I was starstruck while listening to her record her lines, because it was just like, it was so like polarizing, like her voice and then her Squirrel Flight. It was so amazing, and it's like, how do I follow up that?
Yeah, when she yells in the fire scene, when she goes, "Get them out of the fire," it's so emotional and
It
good.
is.
It is
I'm
so
friends with Ava, and sometimes we chat on call. Her voice does not sound like you would think, and she's
Oh,
the
yeah.
sweetest, nicest person. Would never raise her voice at you. So then I'm listening to her yell at Squirrelfly. I'm like, who is this person? Who is this
It's also an
amazing?
entire other accent.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I suffered from a lot of imposter syndrome during this whole process.
You suffered from a lot of
Well, you
main-
are Brambleclaw.
You suffered
I-
from a lot of main character Danganronpa, where we sat down for 30 minutes and just did, no, that's wrong!
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh
We
my
did.
god, I remember because that was at the end of, I think it was my re-recording session.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
suffered
Oh my
from a lot of
gosh.
imposter syndrome throughout the whole process, but it's
You-
only because I'm playing opposite a lot of really strong characters who are
No,
well.
I
You're-
felt that too.
You're
You're
Your
not alone.
Brambleclaw, the last recording session we did as you with Brambleclaw,
I thought that
Just-
that last recording session I was locked in, man.
you were. And you want to know why? It's because it was after the secret was revealed, and it was after your character just got their entire life lifted up and unrooted. And it was deadpan. It was perfect because his character at that point is dead inside, for lack of better terms, because you took it and you took it to heart on a lot of that.
I'm sorry, partner. The
You're
very
fine.
last moment where you go, I'm sorry.
That's
I was like,
exactly what I was just gonna say.
God.
Yeah, that
That
one hit.
hits every single time I
Yeah.
watch it. It's a moment that is just nonstop Squirrel Flight yelling at you, berating you, telling you that you're wrong, and then all you have to say in response when you finally reviewed her is emotionally, "I'm sorry," and that hits every single time.
That's how I wish Brambleclaw actually was in the books.
Real.
Someone asked in chat. First of all, thank you. Second of all, my favorite scene is closing argument.
Oh, thank you.
That was really good.
Posting argument is so
My
good.
favorite scene is closing argument because of, Matt's editing, killer. The art
Oh
for it,
yeah.
killer.
Mhm.
I do think that I had a particularly good vocal performance in the closing
I do-
argument.
yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Mhm.
I think. I mean, I told Matt this in private. I said I think it's one of the best things, like one of the best short form things he's ever created. And
It-
I mean, I've known him for
It felt
over
a lot
maybe
of like
10 years
Danganronpa.
now.
It felt so much like it.
Yeah.
Even after I edited it, even after I stared at that for 18 hours on end, like it felt like Danganronpa.
Yeah,
after
my
that.
It did.
I've never played it, but my boyfriend has, and he watched it through with me, and he was saying, "Oh, it's a Danganronpa thing," and I'm like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah. Speaking
Is it
of
a
that
Pokemon
closing
thing?
argument, I would like to bring up a couple of things about it, such as multiple names for layers.
Oh boy.
What? So, the culprit cat also has an official name, which is Skrunkly Murder Cat. The mouse,
SMC!
the mouse that Sandstorm hunted, is also named Idiot.
We reference it every time it comes up on screen. It's just like,
Yeah.
hey, there's Idiot!
Yo, look, there's Idiot!
Yo.
What's y'all's favorite piece of art for WKA?
Gosh, I also had one where it was, I think the mouse was a layer named, oh no, watch out, he has his AirPods in, and then Sandstorm is just oncoming car.
How dare you make fun of my sister like that?
Wait.
So, in referencing one of my favorite pieces of art, it's on the screen right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Bucci Lake. I love it.
The Among Us cave! Let's go!
So,
My
Yo.
favorite piece of art
one of
of
our
all.
Oh my gosh.
one of our art team members created this, and you might recognize this from the investigation because this is the High Rock, or High Ledge, I should
Hi.
say. Hi.
Hi, Ledge.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Pizza party.
And now, if you look closely,
Pizza party!
there's a reason why I say I hate my art team sometimes. It's because of a little fun thing called the Among Us cave.
The Among Us
Among Us
Cave!
Cave!
There's a lot of Among Us, like, just shown in,
This image did
every
not
God.
make it into the final cut, and I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's
If
Bucci's
there-
biggest regret.
During recordings, if there was anything like or if there was any reference to the game Among Us, we would all break character and jump on it.
Someone faking
Like-
their task?
Oh yeah,
Oh my
like
god, shut up, Dustbelt!
Someone's an imposter.
oh, there's a Among Us. Whenever said
I-
there's someone Among Us, I would be like, oh, you said the line, said the line.
There's
think-
also Among Us hidden in the water in the closing argument.
Yep. There's also Among Us hitting in your eyes.
Yeah!
I think that one of the characters that I had the best time writing for in terms of like references or jokes was both Jayfeather and Hollyleaf. Hollyleaf because she referenced Among Us literally twice, and she referenced the Cell Block Tango in the Mass Panic debate, which a few people did catch, which I'm very happy for. And then Jayfeather, I got
Someone
very...
Tango from Chicago? That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Jayfeather, I had the best time writing insults with, because I had to get very, very creative. My all-time favorite insult from here until the end of time will be, shut that dirt place entrance you call a muzzle. And
Your head really is on the outside. It is on the inside.
Sometimes
my God.
after lines, I'd have to be like, Gear, you're not actually mad at me, right? Right.
Someone said it in chat, like, Gear and Jayfeather are direct opposites. What the hell happened?
Yeah, Gear is very sweet.
I posted
Yeah.
my favorite art piece in the group chat.
Oh,
I was
let
just
me see.
like, Bradford being like, where'd he
Oh,
go?
yeah.
Like, why you
Oh
leaving?
yeah. Jax, if you want to get the new emote we're gonna add to the Discord in a
Oh
bit.
my gosh, you're so right. Hold on, I gotta open the Oh god, how long is this gonna actually take to open the file? I should note that this thing is 21 gigabytes.
What?
Yep, that's
Not
the
gigabytes,
entire
megabytes.
closing.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
It's,
I was gonna
no,
say.
it's a Clip Studio file,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
which
jeez.
those are
Oh.
rarely above 10 at all.
Sheesh.
Yep. So what episode is the Cell Block Tango reference? It's the 3.1 with the Mass Panic debate. Just pay attention to what Hollyleaf says, and she quotes the Cell Block Tango.
Where?
Which is a great map, by the way. Y'all should
That's
watch
so
it.
good.
And then
Well-
a lot of the other like insults towards towards Cloudtail, like you're like what Turson said, like your head really is as fluffy on the inside as it is on the outside, or I'd say you were as dumb as a rock, but even a pebble has more use. I got really creative with a lot of the insults I made for Jayfeather, and I felt like or another one of my favorite lines is, that was the most elegant way of calling someone a liar
Yay!
I've ever heard. And it's
A
because
self-compliment
Good.
written in.
And it is
Did you-
because of Brackenfur trying so hard to insult someone while staying respectful. Like, an arm's length away, but saying, you're dumb. And it's, it's just like, that's the most elegant way of calling someone a liar I've ever heard. Oh, boy. And I want to get into a lot of the characters again, because there's something I definitely didn't mention the first time around is the characters all had a specific motive to them, except for Bryce Stripe. His motive was eat. And
Same.
he's the
Feel
Gonta. What else can I say? He's the Gonta. So a lot of the characters had either one side or the other. It was either secrets or loyalty. And if you pay attention to how each characters act, they embody one of those traits, one or the other. Lionblaze, loyalty. Brackenfur, loyalty. Jayfeather, secrets. Thornclaw, secrets. And then the only one that is in the healthy middle is our main character and the culprit.
You could say Brackenfur is beyond loyal.
That is true. Those are the only
Reference.
two characters that are
Yeah.
both secrets and loyalty. Brambleclaw, because he didn't know about the secrets until the secrets were revealed, but just loyal to his clanmates until he was just full of secrets and no longer loyal. That switch happened mid-trial. And then the exact opposite happened with Sandstorm, where she was just undoubtedly loyal until she had to reveal her secret.
Hello there, stranger.
So it was the exact opposite. She was hiding her secret until she was very loyal about her secret. That is the only time where you can see those two flip. And it was something I wrote into every single character. And I was very, very proud of how that went because everyone was embodying either secrets or loyalty throughout the entire trial. And it was only those two, the culprit and the main character, that had both and switched.
I'm currently getting the emote ready.
Here's a question: will the Scrunkly murder cat death happen?
Yes.
Stay
Like,
tuned.
a lot of
it
people,
Yeah.
a lot of people still think that Sandstorm is gonna live. I called it an execution twice in that explanation at the very end of that video. I called it an execution twice.
Well, it
Yeah,
could
she
just
died.
mean like you are like it's how it's finalizing and how it's going to be done. It doesn't
That's
necessarily
true.
mean the alternative term meaning to end someone's life.
Yeah, but she dying.
Oh yeah, no.
And I don't know,
I'm
sometimes the
dying.
electric chair fails.
Oh my god.
Okay, well,
Grandma
I mean, we
mode,
have an
dang.
electric chair in the deputy chat.
Is that not grandma mode?
No,
I don't
yeah.
know.
I mean, it's a fact, so.
Yeah.
The two gender secrets of
Secret
loyalty.
That's a good one.
And I definitely want to switch again here, just
Here we
on.
go. I got it. It is in the group chat now.
I want to talk about the music, and I want to
Oh.
give an extra big thanks to Nora for their insane creation of the entire OST. From start to finish, it was amazing. By the way, if you want the OST, and if you want to listen to that OST, all 17 songs of that OST is on Spotify and on Nora's YouTube channel. Highly recommend that you check that out and you go watch and give them love as much as possible. They did
Yes.
a fantastic job.
Well, since we're on the topic of the OST, for everyone in the call, what's your favorite OST from Who Killed Ashfur?
Color and grayscale.
Which is the current one.
Mine personally is Foggy Clarity.
Yep. Foggy Clarity is
I like-
definitely mine. Death Handed is also another top one just because it bangs. Like,
Very true.
I think me and Jax discussed this of like as soon as the argument armament starts, everyone's just gonna start headbanging in the chat, not paying attention at all.
You know that one gif of everyone rocking out at a show and the entire fence is moving back and forth?
Yeah.
That is the first thing Gear sent me.
Yep.
I like the intro. I don't know what it's called. Sorry.
I think
No,
Star.
the disappearance or a new star.
Everybody
New star.
at every single premiere, everyone went nuts for the intro.
Mm.
Epic, you did great on that too. Like,
Thank you,
Oh,
thank
yeah.
you.
loved it.
That one's
I love the song during like all of the like major debates with all the characters. I'm like, yeah, party rockin', dance party.
I also especially love the OST for the execution, but that hasn't obviously been like.
You'll see. You'll see.
It has been released.
You'll understand why. It's
but-
been released, but you'll understand why. Just
Yeah.
just how much I love it.
And we can't go into the execution because I don't want to spoil that for anyone. But
Yeah,
It's
our
on.
team-
It's in the works.
It is in the works, and our art team is doing phenomenal on it already. I've seen some updates recently, and they are doing amazing. I even have to do my own part.
Yeah,
So,
we got to do that gear.
Yeah. Don't ask
Well,
me.
I mean, listen, since it's me dying, I feel like I should see, more than I am.
You're not expecting
I get-
this.
Okay.
Hey, it's your execution. We're going to surprise you with it.
It's like a birthday party, but awful.
I mean, I
It's
saw the
birthday
plan.
party.
Wait, hold on.
Surprise! You're dying.
I have the perfect meme for you.
And I'm seeing. I want to address something that was very obvious in the final video, where Sandstorm was finally revealed. The closing argument goes through, and Firestar is silent for a lot of that. I want to address that because him and the other 4 leaders on top of that tree are there and only for one reason, and that is to verify a clean trial. Firestar, in my headcanon of this script, wanted so badly to jump off that tree and just say, no, we're not doing this, everyone go home, Sandstorm is fine. He couldn't. You want to know why? Because Firestar is a main-ass character, and he thinks StarClan's out to help him every single time.
Main character syndrome.
Main character syndrome caused him to stay on top of that tree and feel the despair of watching his mate confess to a murder. Because StarClan asked him to verify a clean trial. And jumping off that tree and saying, no, we're not doing this anymore, just to defend his mate, would go in the exact opposite direction of what he thought StarClan wanted. So he couldn't say anything in defense of Sandstorm. He couldn't. Period.
He probably also didn't expect the punishment to be like murder,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
He
probably
was like, nah, Spotted
He was already
Leaf got
answering-
has it.
He
Yeah.
only
He was
lets
under-
it slip that Sandstorm did the best that she could. She always has. Is the only time he let it slip. And he even tried to get everyone in the circle to not vote for Sandstorm. If you pay attention to how he said his lines in the make the right choice, he wanted everyone not to vote, or not to vote for Sandstorm at all. Just because
that's-
of that.
That's awkward because I voted for Sandstorm.
Everyone here did.
Sorry.
I
What was
literally
it?
told my own daughter to vote for me.
My bad.
So he was put in a rock and a hard place, and that was on purpose. So if you're wondering why he didn't speak and defend Sandstorm, that's why. He wasn't a part of the trial. Him and the leaders were not part of the trial. They were just there for comic relief and to verify a clean trial. As Monokuma, I should say. As I guess the Monokubs, if you really want to like compare
Yeah.
him to someone.
Mm.
So next I want to go into editing the intro. Matt, this is all you.
All right, yeah. This was
Hey, Matt.
this sure was a project. Cause I prior to this I completely inexperienced in editing anything like an
Oh my
intro
God.
opening. This was my first time trying to do that kind of style thing. So I probably spent a good 3 days just rewatching the Danganronpa intros over and over again just to get ideas of how they flow and what I could do with the assets I was given, because basically I think most of the assets that you gave me, Matt, were from the first part.
Yes.
I think there's a few that don't appear till later, I think.
I'm
but-
opening the file that you gave me in Vegas right now, and I'm going to show it on screen.
Yeah,
So
I
keep
have
talking.
Yeah, I have it open right now. And man, let me just say, keyframing is a task,
Uh-huh.
especially when you are keyframing a moving background, a moving nameplate text, a moving character, all needing to fit within certain bounds, and trying to figure out how the hell to make this work. It honestly felt a lot like a puzzle in a way, editing this, and just trying to piece everything together to make it flow as great as possible. And
Did you learn anything new while making it? Did you try anything that you didn't try before while editing?
oh, that's all this was. Everything I did was something I've never thought to do before. It's one of the biggest things is basically when like the characters pop up and we have like the moving backgrounds. I didn't even know
It's currently on screen right now. The intro that he gave me the file of the edited for is currently on screen, so you can keep going.
Okay, yeah. And I was just trying to figure out like, okay, what do I put in these backgrounds? Until I was just looking through what's in Vegas, and there's like these media generators, and I could like generate like these like color patterns and stuff, and I'm like, wait, hold on, this can actually really cook here.
Yeah.
Because I can like make them more symbolic with like colors relating to the character, things that like and patterns that feel like them. Like I did the obvious of like behind Firestar was a very flame like texture, behind like Leaf Pool, green, like greenery type stuff, etc.
And I want to say that like a lot of the Danganronpa feel really came from not only the character introductions, but the small bits and pieces of what you get throughout the entire thing, like the close zooms, the distortion, the static, like all of that felt so much like a Danganronpa intro.
Yeah, the one thing that kind of stuck in my mind from watching the Danganronpa intros is that there is always something happening, something whether it be an effect, movement. There is never a moment of nothing. Also, I just got word that Leafpool's background is brown. I am colorblind. Whoops.
Oopsies.
That's actually true. He is.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
We make fun of it all the time.
Yes.
Can't play Uno.
God dang it, no. But anyway, yes, there's always something happening. So whether it be through like some minor effect, like static, like lights, like what, even when like I'm just doing like the pan across like showing like the moon, I have like a glare like from the moon. There's like static effects everywhere, like TV, like film. And I wanted to really make sure that I was experimenting with like basically all these effects for the first time.
Yep. And I
just
think
trying
at
to
some
get
point I told you that I was adding like hidden text in my outros.
Yes.
And then you took that upon yourself and were like, I'm gonna do it in the intro now. Fuck you.
Yeah, it's just what, consistency, and like I realize now that YouTube's compression kinda messed with that a bit, especially when I put in the static. Oh, when I see people in the comments trying to decipher what it is, I could tell they were very much struggling.
Yep. As you can
Yeah,
see
I
on
can see on
screen,
stream right
yeah,
now.
like there's the whatever you do that is just hidden in the Among Us cave.
The Among Us cave, my favorite. But yeah, and that's something to learn.
And there's also
Be mindful
this
of
help.
compression.
It's just there. This
Help.
This help.
Yeah, help. Yeah. That was me editing the intro during a week before finals.
Help.
Yeah.
Help.
You should have
Oh, I
call
remember.
help for you.
But I mean, honestly, I think one of my favorite things, I sent a GIF of it in here last night in like the Discord group chat that we're in right now. But actually, the way that the YouTube like autoplay preview turned out to be for the stream,
Oh my god.
Uh,
I will show
So
this.
good.
I
Mm.
sent a
So
GIF of
we
it
got
last night.
super lucky with the YouTube autoplay preview. And I'm going to show it on stream as
Yeah,
best as I can. Here, let me...
Yeah, I sent a
There it is.
reply to my GIF.
So we got extremely lucky with how this first video autoplayed on YouTube. And I showed this to him and be like, you would not believe how cool this autoplay is when you just mouse over the video in your recommendeds. And
I'm blown away by how almost perfectly it loops.
Mm.
Yeah.
yes.
like-
It's also that way for every single one of Part 3 except 3.3.
Yeah.
Oh wait, is it like it for
Yes.
those two? Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And then also,
Nora's here.
the first part of the trial, starting out as a non-stop debate.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh my gosh!
That's
yeah.
very true, yeah. And I will mention, specifically in this part of the intro, there was one cat missing. And it was just to fool everyone. That's the whole
Oh,
reason why
yeah.
that cat was missing. It was
Who's
Hollyleaf.
missing?
Hollyleaf was missing from these like little side-by swipes of the eyes. It was just Hollyleaf that was missing. And we did that on purpose to fool everyone to thinking like, oh, Hollyleaf's missing, she must have did it. Nope.
I wonder if anyone pointed that out because I don't recall seeing that in
I
any
don't
of the
think so
comments.
either.
Yeah. I mean, if you did and you know you got a comment from like 3 months ago or something, like, yo, send a screenshot of that because like
Yeah, please.
I want to see that.
Don't edit your comment now, by the
Yeah,
way.
no. If that thing says edited, I will.
Theories. So I can
What's
look
up?
through and see if anyone DM'd me a theory about it.
Nora's here, by the way.
Hi, Nora.
Ooh. Nora.
We already bragged about your music. We already all
We did.
complimented it a lot.
And
Mac,
so
can you-
bouncing
Can you
off
read the
of...
chat real quick?
What's up?
Sorry. Can you read the chat real quick?
Sure.
Our Discord chat.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah.
Are you...
Oh.
if you need to, you can. Like, I don't mind.
Okay. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Hey,
That's fine.
Gotta go on
again,
patrol.
thank you for everything you've done for this project, Noah. Noah is like not even for Brambleclaw, but just for being someone to bounce ideas off of, being someone to show the
I can't
progress
take that
of,
much credit.
being
did
someone
all the
there
hard
to
thing.
physically help me figure out how this murder took place. Could not, in a million years, do this without you. Genuinely, thank you.
I appreciate the kind words, and I appreciate all that you've done for the project and for the channel as well. I got called in the work chat.
That's really it, yeah.
Have a good patrol.
I'm gonna go on
Brambleclaw has
patrol,
a day
guys.
job.
All right. Have
Bye,
fun, man.
Dorothy.
Bye, Bramble.
Bye, very much.
Bye.
See ya.
Claw.
I gotta spread everyone out now.
Oh shoot.
Alright, you're being tossed there,
What?
God.
tossed there.
While things are being moved, I did want to answer a few questions that I saw directed towards myself or towards Brackenfur. One of the questions is being the hardest line to read, and you had brought it up in context of like, oh, the most elegant way of calling someone a liar. I cannot, for the life of me, say a certain word in a way that, like, the first try, because I've been I'll put on push to talk and trying to say this word so I can say it properly. And the line is, "And using Cloudtail's story to corroborate your own would only strengthen your believability."
That
That's
was
a
such
hard one. That's a lot of
line.
R's.
That's
Oh, yeah.
That was so hard, and I was like, anyone can say they were anywhere that night. Cloudtail couldn't verify anything without being on duty, and using Cloudtail's story to corroborate your own would only strengthen your believability. Because I speak very forward when I'm doing Brackenfur's voice,
Fast,
Yep.
yeah.
so like
Mhm.
everything feels like I'm like leaning forward, losing it. It was very difficult for me to read. It's like, kid, I remember like having to start it over so many times. Like, nope.
There was a
Cloud
few
Tales story
times
to
when I wrote
corroborate
something that was like, oh, this is gonna be hard for the voice actor to say. Cloudtail being a prime example, having to say all of where that two-leg tent was in one breath. God, he did well.
He did it.
Didn't he do it on the first take too?
He did.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
Wasn't most of this first takes?
Yep.
Yeah. Like
So,
almost all of Bramble's stuff, right?
And I think another hard one I wrote was for Leaf Pool, which was an alliteration, obviously because that's a writing style I sometimes do, which is for StarClan's sake, Sandstorm, say something.
no.
That would have been rough for me to say.
So that was Leaf Pool who had that, and she nailed it immediately.
I literally just kept saying Ashfur's name wrong, and I was like, oh my god. I kept calling him something else on accident.
I mean,
Oh.
that should be his canon name.
Yeah.
Ew.
We're putting him in a canon?
Yes, that's execution.
I agree.
I did not find the football team. There's 2 different teams it could be, and I don't feel like just like saying multiple different teams because it feels like I'm just guessing. So I'll figure it out later about which team
I mean,
it was.
a lot of us could probably figure it out if you posted the 2 in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Or
But when it comes to hardest lines, I think it's the one that I literally entirely rewrote at the end.
Yep.
That was an interesting line at first.
Yeah, there was a lot of lines that were cheesy. I don't doubt it.
That one was really
Yeah, I mean, it's from, like,
cheesy,
a-
though.
yeah.
Yeah. And this is why I gave all the voice actors, like, if you need to say something in a better way, go for it. Or if they improv'd, like, a few lines here and there, like, I just edited it while they said it, because a lot of the times their first reaction is the better one, because that's how they reacted normally.
There was a
And-
lot of those in the post video that I found. Of like, they said this.
Yep.
You wrote this. The one they said makes more sense. You need to change it.
That happens a lot with the chapters, too.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, the line, why? Why is the murderer hiding? When I do it in Ferncloud's voice, I get too high and crack.
Oh.
And that was a really hard one to get.
I like that line because immediately after that, the camera pans towards Sandstorm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There was also one line that I recorded, I think, like 12 takes of.
Yep.
And half of them were unusable because my mic was peaking.
Oh, I
Um,
feel that.
And so when we did a re-recording, because I wanted to get that line one very specific way, none of those were used.
Mm-hmm. Because it was the line, that's enough, and she wanted to scream it. I liked the one that she had that was more reserved and restrained because it was hard for her to speak out in the first place. That's the reason why I went with that one. But I liked your takes. I liked your scream takes. They were all good.
Maybe the bloopers should involve every mic peak.
Yes.
Oh gosh.
Just like supercut of mic peaks.
So
No,
I'm
Jack
gonna
was
go
amazing
through.
at Sandstorm.
I'm gonna go through now on the editing process of the main bulk of the videos. If you
Oh
guys,
boy.
this is gonna be a lot of me speaking. So if you guys want to chime in at any point, just stop me and I will let you guys speak.
I do have
Well,
experience
sure,
with this as well.
I'll definitely have some things to say.
Oh gosh.
So
Actually,
what-
Garrett, before you start, I have to skedaddle. My people need me.
all good. You take
Okay.
care. Thank you again for everything you
Star
did.
Clan needs you.
Farewell. Thank
Starclan
you.
need you.
Oh,
Oh my God.
Congrats
Okay.
on finishing the project. Bye.
Okay.
Have fun.
All right,
I'm
and
safe
I
now.
And then there were 5.
gotta move you, and then I gotta move me.
Haha, I don't need to move.
Just while we're moving on OBS, I saw someone in chat ask how they could apply to the art team.
There's always an application, and I will. I think it's pinned in the announcements on Discord, so you can always
I
apply.
will find it. Make sure it's pinned.
You can always join the server and ping one of the mods, and we can get it to you.
You can ping me anytime, I just can't guarantee I'm awake.
So, what you guys see on the screen right now is the editing process just for the audio. This is only just for the audio, and if you notice, it's 4 hours long. So, every character has their own like little section. There's a StarClan Cat section. There's all the characters are named on this side. You guys can't see it too well on the current screen, but this is only the audio. This is just taking everyone and just putting it in the way that can work in terms of pacing. Pacing was something I had to learn very, very quickly when it comes to this, because you can't have someone respond immediately after. You need to have their thoughts sit for like a half a second or a full second, or if it needs to, just could be completely silent for 10 seconds. Or if you need someone to interrupt one another, it needs to be instant. It needs to be while they're saying something to where they actually get cut off. These are all things I had to learn very, very quickly, and overall the audio turned out pretty nicely on the front of having everything be put together for the trial format.
Specifically with the cutoffs, there were a lot of times where I added words that were going to be said that were like, obviously were what Sandstorm was going to say, but gets cut off by J Feather like 20 times in a row.
Yep. So, in terms of audio, sound effects were all some things I had to make on my own, either editing from a freesound.org, which is like where I got all the fire effects from, or just making them myself, or using Wiener. For those who don't know what Wiener is, at the very beginning of the editing process of Who Killed Ashfur, I asked Bucci for a soundbite. I asked Bucci for a soundbite of anything he could think of, and he sends me Wiener.
Oh my god.
That is the greatest effect.
And he just sends me Wiener.
And do you want to know what that turned into?
Yeah, you guys want to know what that turned into?
Because you hear it a lot.
Because you hear it everywhere throughout the trial. Ladies and gentlemen, the Wiener turned into the actual sound effect for starting a new game. I'm gonna replay it one more time, just a little bit louder. That was Wiener. It was just very heavily edited from Wiener.
Proudest moment of Bucci's life.
So every new game notification that you see in those videos is Bucci saying Wiener. And obviously a lot of it is layered on top of each other. A lot of it is reversed. A lot of it, because you can hear the E. That's the only part I could not get out of there. You can hear the E in the Wiener. A lot of the time. It's the weirdest thing I've said all day. You can hear the E. So I'm going to play Wiener again. Wiener. You can hear that E, all right? Listen to that E. That's the E that is constant throughout that entire thing. There you go. Fun fact of the day.
That is still so hilarious to me.
I didn't know that until like 2 episodes in, until someone told me, and I was like, no, it isn't.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my
it's
gosh.
fantastic, and I'm very happy to have used that. But a lot of other things are things I edited or created myself, or used from freesound.org, which I'm a film student. I know exactly what freesound.org is.
Yep.
So with that, thank you, Bucci, for giving us the new game sound effect. So. Everything else, so everything that was made audio-wise was made through this Vegas thing. After the audio was edited, I took it, rendered it, and put it in here, which is After Effects.
Oh boy.
So, we have a few stories on After Effects, but before we get into that, I want to tell you guys how much this pained me to edit. Not only because of just how hard it is to edit 2D characters in a 3D space, but because of everything the computers went throughout the 18 months of this project. I want to reiterate, there were 3 computer crashes, 3 power outages,
Oh, I remember that.
and all of the renders from After Effects took upwards of 24 to 200 hours. And yet the project still survived. Not only that, it survived a lot of personal burnout, a lot of personal executive dysfunction, and a lot of like real life situations that I went through, and it still survived all of that. I had to get an entirely new computer during the process of Who Killed Ashfur, and it still survived.
And my motherboard failed during the editing of the non-stop
So did mine!
debates. Yeah, like the fact this project made it and survived, that we didn't lose everything on our hard drives midway through, is
I had a
a
complete
damn
SSD
miracle.
failure during this.
Yeah.
And
Like-
the fact that I had backups of everything was insane. So
Yeah.
again, these computers went through a lot, and I'm so glad that everything survived to the point where we're good. So now
The
let me
amount-
take...
This
Oh, go for it.
The amount of times that I almost lost like every part of the work I had just done in the closing argument because like Clip Studio almost decided to crash while saving the layer information. It's a miracle that even got done at all as well.
This is a public service announcement to always have all of your important files backed up on a separate drive or through a cloud service, and always Control S frequently while
Yep.
editing things.
Yes, this also goes for games in general as well.
But if you're playing a game that for some reason doesn't have autosave in the year 2023, like, I don't know, a game like Subnautica or something, then save.
I feel like that's a specific example.
I
Yes,
like
I
how we're talking problems right now. My computer is just not turning on no matter what I do. And I have an essay due in like 4 hours.
So let me take you through After Effects, because this is something I didn't really learn too much of. I've been editing videos for 9 years, and I barely touch After Effects. And when I took this project on, I realized at one point that, yeah, I needed a 3D space, because that's all the trial was an entirely 3D space. So I went through a lot of testing when it came to the beginning part of the trial, or or just getting all the characters in a spot that was worth looking forward to. I went with the half circle margin because that was something that I could do confidently. I didn't have the ability to turn this into a full 3D space, like a full 360 3D space. So a 180 was perfectly fine for me. And you could see on the screen that it was just all of this camera that, if it wants to load, it was all this camera that you could see that, you know, did the turning for me, or did the animations for me that you saw during the trial. A lot of this was keyframed, going from one character to the other. Something I learned while studying a Danganronpa trial was the camera is almost always moving. If it's not moving, it's a serious moment. You could go back into the trial and find when I did those. But there was a lot of angles that I never did in the first part of the trial that I said, you know what, screw it, I'm going to do those angles in the second part of the trial. And so a lot of these you could see that, a lot of these I told Matt that I was doing just in the heat of the moment, because these two characters were talking back and forth in one another, and I just decided to focus the camera on those guys instead of just putting the camera on one person, then the other, then the other. Sorry, I had to take a drink because I was talking too much.
Feel that
But
one?
After Effects is the whole reason why the trial looked as professional, like a Danganronpa trial, as it did. Because a lot of this stuff was like, you know, zooming into Brambleclaw on the Z-axis, or like turning around to Hollyleaf in this weird Dutch angle. But this is the whole reason why. You can see on the left side of the preview is where all the characters are sitting. And this, if I zoom out, is where all the backgrounds are. And so all these like little side pieces are the backgrounds. And that's why it looks the way it does.
This
So
was
there-
probably the most insane thing to set up.
Not to mention, I first tried to make it a 4D space where I tried to physically turn the image in a 100-degree space. But that made it so the rendering time would have been 2 weeks on every render. And I couldn't do that. Yeah. So I just decided to do only 3D space and just copy and paste a lot of the... You can see there are some harsh lines, and I couldn't get rid of those even if I tried. So I just kind of kept them in there and said, you know what, this is my first time doing this, and I'm going to keep it. And the focus is not on the background anyways, it's on the characters.
You know, what's a passion project without a little jank?
Yeah. So, after the audio is edited and put into After Effects, the After Effects is rendered and then put into here, where I had to put on the lower thirds and type every piece of dialogue said, because Danganronpa is nothing without subtitles.
Yep. I have plenty of experience doing that one as well.
Just
So-
looking at all those gives me anxiety.
Every single thing you see on these 5 little pieces is a different piece of dialogue.
You can see how much the program is lagging.
Yep. So when I said that there was over 2,000 pieces of these, I wasn't wrong. One for the part 1 and part 2, and one for this part, because this part was significantly longer than part 1 and part 2. It all went over there. Yeah, that wasn't even half of what you saw.
I can't wait to see the rendering time on the director's cut.
Yep.
Oh god.
So, and then right below it, we come to where I did sound design, which is very, very fun. A lot of this is something that I just took songs from the OST that Nora gave me, and I went for it. And below that is the sound effects, where if a character was screaming, I put the determined sound effect. If someone like had a clue said, like
It was an
like that was put there. Like a lot of this was sound effects that was put over top of things. So it took a while to get together, and a lot of this I broke it down by holy shit.
Oh my gosh.
You didn't, not at any point did you need to donate, but oh my god, thank you so much. I think that is Mr. Dr. Professor for real, if I read that right. Genuinely, thank you. I appreciate every little bit of that, and my spiel of wieners is so grateful for you.
You know, I feel like an obligation to donate after having a spiel over wieners.
Thank you. I appreciate that, and I'm glad we were able to inspire you. That means a lot to us, because a lot of this is a lot of passion towards creating something that we want to make people feel something. A lot of this is passion towards voice acting. A lot of this is passion towards writing. Passion towards, hell, Danganronpa in general. We wanted to make sure we made something that was relatively good in terms of a great parody that felt real in the terms of the Warrior Cats universe, as well as real in Danganronpa. And getting something that felt as real as those two was something that I felt super passionate about. And I'm very, very happy we were able to inspire you as well.
You ever kill someone just to feel something?
My casual Tuesday activity.
Yeah, just casual Tuesday.
So, that is how the trial came together. It was the audio editing in Vegas, and then putting everything into a full camera turn of After Effects, which I only edited lighting in the final scene. That's the only time I even sat in a call with Matt here and was like, all right, we're gonna learn lighting. I don't care how long it takes. We're gonna learn how to use lighting. And he saw me struggle with this, like, with 3 lights in After Effects trying to figure it out.
It was so insane. Just, oh my god.
And we managed to grab lightings that slowly revealed Sandstorm while the StarClan cat was talking and hide everyone else in the final moment. And I felt that really did well. So, that is about my spiel of how I edited this together. As someone who saw so many comments saying this could be a real game, that is very flattering because I'm not a coder, I'm an editor. I can't create a game. I can make something feel like a game, which means a lot to me that you guys thought this was a real game, or you guys really wanted this to be a real game. All of this was editing, trick of the light, trick of the eyes, and me putting my heart and soul into what you see on the screen to make it feel like it could be a game if it tried hard enough, or if I knew how to code. But no, if I tried to code, it would be broken.
Oh, okay.
I mean, listen,
right.
I honestly,
All right,
I feel
we're
like
moving on from this.
give it like a year, I feel like you'd be able to like learn how to fully make it.
Probably.
This man is a workaholic. He absolutely would.
Quite literally, as soon as Who Killed Ashfur was done, I DM'd Noah saying, I know our next project.
I can confirm.
Yeah.
Workaholic.
But that is all of the editing that it took to bring Who Killed Ashfur to life, and I'm glad everyone here enjoyed it. If anyone here has anything before we move on to the mini games for Danganronpa and putting those together, feel free to say it.
I mean, I still, after experiencing making an investigation myself, because fun fact, for this man's birthday, we decided to make a video, which just so happened to be a parody of Who Killed Ashfur.
Parody of a parody. My
Yup.
favorite.
And so I got a first-hand taste of the editing process for this, and I did it all in a weekend for, I think, like a... yeah. There is a whole video of our friends and everything like that. As you can see, dead in the background is our director himself.
Hi,
but
that's me as human.
we're trying to figure out who killed him. That trial is going to take a while, but first-hand experience with editing this myself is just, I commend you for sticking to this.
Thank you. It was a labor of love, for lack of better terms, just because I really loved my writing in this. I loved like putting things together. I loved making the Warrior Cat series less of a badly written story and more of a, I feel for these characters. These characters are real to me now, because Brambleclaw is a real character now. Like the fact that Hollyleaf revealed a secret in a way that made it feel that she couldn't help herself anymore because she didn't kill Ashfur and then reveal the secret, which was always a plot point I always hated. Because even Brackenfur said this mid-trial. Why would she kill Ashfur and then reveal the secret immediately after that he was trying to reveal? Like, it's something that I enjoyed writing, and it's something I enjoyed creating, and I'm glad you got a taste of it. So let's go into the mini games. So does anyone want to talk about the non-stop debates?
Oh
Yeah,
boy, the non-stop debates.
Obviously, it's me talking about this.
Let
No.
me. I need to open one of them real quick. Just
I'm opening
I guess
Scrum
it's a
debate as
ref-
well.
Oh boy. You know, I'm gonna open 6 just because. Oh man, 6 was a fun one to make. For context, that's the one with the Sandstorm's amazing dialogue.
Yes. The 12 lines of ellipses.
Yep.
Yes. But okay, so the non-stop debates were very unique in the aspect that they used 3D text to replicate the style of Danganronpa V3's text, unlike a lot of like the 2D text seen throughout. And oh my god, the rendering times. I'm gonna be straightforward and say I have a pretty good computer. I built this with the intention of running ray tracing, and this made my computer chug because I was rendering 3D text with the whole background with a bunch of images, characters, like on a 3D space. The text had lighting displayed onto it. And it ended up being a lot more than I realized going into it. But I really do think
That's
that
all
having
this project is, though.
yeah, honestly, it is.
Yeah.
It's always like, yeah, we can do this, and then 2 months later, oh god,
Why did I
what
say
did we get
yes?
ourselves into? But I'm very happy with how these turned out, though, especially because this 3D text and like text like moving in different directions, like shifting camera angles, is something I have wanted to learn for so long. And this kind of gave me the golden opportunity to learn it and try my damnedest to make it look as good as possible. And it was after the like kind of like the first part went up, where with like the first 3 nonstop debates, where like I think like Matt, we had like we like we're sitting down like talking about it, and you said, all right, for the next 3, I want you to go all out on
Yep.
camera angles and like text and everything, try everything. And like I wanted to make sure no 2 nonstop debates that I worked on felt the same going forward. That's why my favorite.
I'm gonna pull up one of yours from the. Actually, I'm gonna pull up the one from the most recent.
Okay.
That went up.
Which one you're pulling up?
6.
Oh yeah, 6. Well, right, yeah, because it's not all just in one video.
Him, Brambleclaw.
But like this one, I know Matt earlier you mentioned the way that Danganronpa like camera movement really tends to work, where the camera's always moving,
Yes.
except in a serious moment. And I wanted to make sure I really applied that with Sandstorm and Squirrel Flight. Squirrel Flight, angry in the moment. So the camera's really like moving at different angles, twisting when she's speaking. But with Sandstorm, the movement is extremely minimal. And I'm getting very, into my analysis of the work here. But like,
It's matching the one that's playing, so go for it.
Yeah.
okay, yeah. But like just having just this minimal movement on there, I think really hammered in exactly that there is no debate of what happened. It is just straight up Squirrel Flight is just in denial, and Sandstorm is accepting their fate.
It really felt that way in terms of, and obviously we tag team on this because I took the music and made it that exact same feel.
Oh
So
yeah.
On the so I'm going to see if I can get to past. So the second run through, because all Danganronpa goes through like a few run throughs of the nonstop debates. We let it play once and then we solve it. That's how we did it.
Yeah.
But the background music went from this really awkward, slower version of the regular ones to just Squirrel Flight speaking. And it
There's
did
no
this.
proof that Sandstorm. She brought
You can
back
hear it.
prey.
I'm gonna let it play.
That's it.
You can hear that it just goes away, and then it's just Squirrel Flight.
And how did the Nightshade Berry get to Ashfur anyway?
Oh my god, I'm so happy with how this one came out, especially with like the way that you did like the
Somehow
audio in
getting
that
it
one,
cut
like
his throat?
different from all the other ones.
And
It
a lot of people
really
pointed
hit
out that I did a counter animation to this one instead of the consent one. Brambleclaw, this is a personal opinion by Brambleclaw. He's never going to agree with Sandstorm, or not Sandstorm, Squirrelflight again during this trial. Not a single point.
Mm-hmm.
So he was always going to counter no matter if he agrees with the statement. This is a counter. That was a point that I made sure to do, and a lot of people did catch it. So cool. And I'm gonna let it play again, but I want you guys to hear how sad this man is when he finally does this last part of the argument armaments.
Oh my gosh, this
I
line
want-
hits so hard.
I want everyone to appreciate this one more time.
All right.
I'm gonna mute my own music.
Who said a squishberry was how Ashfur died? Prove it!
I'm sorry.
Just, oh my god.
God,
It-
I'm
on the bone.
sorry.
It
Yeah,
hurts.
meat on the bone.
Meat on the bone.
Meat on the bone. Four-paw stained right.
Four right stained paw.
Front. Actually, four-paw stained front.
Oh,
forepaw stained.
yeah, fuck.
Listen, it's got to be one that would actually work. So front forepaw stained.
Front forepaw. Yeah.
See, my brain is not worky.
But at this point, two of my favorite mini games that I've edited. So Scrum Debate. Here we go. The Scrum Debate was something that required not only personal, like different sprites from every character because they're all facing a different direction, but it required different animations in a style that. And by the way, the music timing to each character popping up, Nora did not plan that, and I decided to just run with it because there was 15 of them. Fun fact, there were 15 little blips, and each one had a character pop up, and I loved how that worked. And so a lot of this was, again, me rewatching the first Scrum Debate from Danganronpa V3 over and over and over again to get right. And I couldn't... What was it?
One of the first things you did and you sent me was you timing the music to like an actual Scrum Debate perfectly.
Yes. And I think that video's still somewhere. I have that video still somewhere, but I
can find it very quickly.
If you could, that'd be great. But it is one of the hardest things I had to figure out how to logistically do in terms of After Effects and Vegas, because I had to figure out a way to get the text to appear on screen, the text to appear behind the character at first, and then have the camera still move while the text is slowly appearing. The way I did this was I rendered this part of it first, and then I Gaussian blurred everything, and then I had the character overlay one more time, and then put the text across it. So if you look, there goes the camera, and then it is Dustpelt over top of himself in the rendering process of this. So at that point, the text can fly in behind him while still staying on screen in a decent format. That was a hard part to get right, because I had to keyframe every character to match their background character, or their blurred character in the background. Not only that, you don't realize that you have to move characters constantly, because if I had let the camera stay here, the character right in front of Dustpelt would have appeared as well. I had to move that character out of the way and then move that character back so it looked like they didn't move at all before the viewer could see it. Those are all things that happened behind the scenes that were invisible. A lot of editing is, and something we learned in film school, is a lot of editing is an invisible art.
Mm-hmm. Like, even like the tiniest details where, like, you know, moving an object, but then if like other objects around it like aren't moving with like that perspective, it just completely ruins any kind of illusion that like you're trying to make. So it ends up like what you think is needing to move one thing ends up being like moving like 7 different things.
Exactly. So I did have a lot of fun putting together these mini games, and then I think another really fun one I had. This isn't even a mini game, but this is something that even Matt over here said, like, bro, why this feels wrong watching this. Like, it caused so many people to feel so strange watching the survivors remaining.
Oh
little
my god,
video
yeah.
I did, just
Oh,
because of
yeah.
how unsettling this was to watch. And there's no gore, there's nothing except for the silhouettes of the characters going from this cool purple to closing their eyes and go completely black. And it's just that coupled with the sound effect that feels so wrong to listen to. I'm gonna play these sound effects again. I'm gonna actually do it with, there you go. So it actually loads in. I got so many comments saying that felt so unsettling and creepy. And that was the full point. And that's the only way you know that Sandstorm did not make it out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a lot of people saw this and said, hey, is there going to be a sequel? As of right now, there is no plans for a sequel. I'm making an official statement right now. There is no plans for a full sequel. However, we could, in theory, with this open ending, to do one, if we wanted to. And, like, we absolutely could. If we did, we would have to write, like, a lot of it originally ourselves.
Yeah, because now at this point, it's like we've taken such a big step away from the direction of the books that, like, because of, you know, characters physically being alive,
Yeah.
it's a lot of original storytelling.
I know I also said this in the Discord, but any fan work, open. It is completely open.
Yes.
If you want
Yeah.
to.
I completely agree with that. It is, if you guys want to continue writing it in a fan fiction, by all means, go for it. We left the story open. We left everything open for you. We gave you our story from start to finish. It's now either your turn, or if you want to wait 5 years, we can pick it back up again. So, again, I do want to thank everyone for their patience on this, because this was 18 months of a full project in the works, and we had a lot of fun putting this all together. And we, like, a lot of us got together, shared comments, shared theories, like pointed at theories that were right, pointed at theories that were wrong, and we loved every little bit of that. We adored watching people start piecing this together, watching people like realize or try to have guesses on who the actual culprit was, watching people try to fight, is it Hotleaf or is it Sandstorm? Like, those moments made it so worth it for us to see the finale. So thank you.
Like, genuinely, there were so many messages exchanged between, like, the people in this project that are just, like, screenshots of comments being like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad they're thinking this, like, and, like, people are, like, refuting this point, like, I'm so glad these details are being seen and discussed. Like,
Yeah.
we have read through, like, almost, if not every single comment on, like, the videos.
I have personally looked through so many comments using the search function, just looking Sandstorm.
It was very nice to see. Now, the last thing before we get into the comment or the questions from Discord is art and visuals, final notes, anything on those points. If you guys have anything to share about that.
Well,
I had to edit
can't-
Sandstorm's sprite, by the way. I had to edit Sandstorm's sprite to remove all the twigs. And then, because of that, we slowly incorporated her fur to be dirtier and dirtier throughout the trial. That wasn't on purpose. A lot of that was a mistake, but it worked.
It worked very well.
What was
Well, I can't
everyone's
speak for a
favorite
lot of
art
the...
piece?
Oh gosh.
I think mine has to be the Bucci one, the one that Bucci made of Ashfur on the lake with the claw to his throat, tempting Hollyleaf. Because there is a separate version of that that has his throat sliced, and that's what I used with the edits that you saw appear on screen as he was talking to Hollyleaf. I wanted that to feel like if Hollyleaf decided to go through with it, it would be just like the story, just like the books. And that vision of Ashfur with his throat sliced was the story, was the book version of Hollyleaf killing Ashfur. But that didn't happen, and that was how you knew.
When I'm thinking about, oh my gosh.
I think my favorite art piece, it has to go.
Dave.
No, actually, it has to go to the Glizzy.
You know what? Yeah, that's a very good choice.
The Cloudtail eating the Glizzy, dude.
I gotta pick this up. Hold on, you guys are gonna see it in just a moment.
I mean, you loved it so much that you put it on focus in the intro.
Yes, I mean, how could I not?
Yeah. So let me pull it up. Here it is. There's the Glizzy.
Also, there's totally an Among Us on one of those trees on the right.
Oh,
Is there?
Yes, there is.
It's
Right here.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It
Among
is
Us.
wonderful. But yeah, this image of Ashfur that I'm going to be putting up is what I was talking about. That this is the version of the book Hollyleaf that killed Ashfur. This is that version, and this is what slightly appeared every once in a while he talked to Hollyleaf and tried to tempt her. This is what appeared. This is the book version of Hollyleaf that had the Hollyleaf be the murderer. But since that didn't happen, we went with the other one. With the other one, Sandstorm.
This is my favorite art piece. I said it earlier, but I'm
Yeah.
just reiterating that. I love it.
And
It's
then,
just like,
Oh yeah.
why are you leaving? We
And
were
then
in
this
the
is
middle of talking
new,
about things.
New little emote for the channel is this little guy. Huh?
I think my favorite art piece is probably just the moon panel.
Ooh, yeah, that
Mm.
was
Yeah.
That one was one of my favorites to draw, and it's amazing. It's one of the first times I've been so satisfied with a drawing of my own.
My favorite is the one where Brightheart is looking for everyone.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's so cute. It's so adorable. I love that art.
While I can't speak for the rest of the art team because I'm not on it, the entire closing argument, most of that was done in one weekend. This closing argument is 14 pages long,
Yep.
and most of it was done within 20 hours.
How did you do that?
I don't know.
It's something that I adored was how different some of the art was to each other. Like everyone has their own style. People have noted this, that like every character looks different, and I like that little details because it tells everyone that we have a decent team working on this, and everyone is very passionate about the characters they created or the scenes that they had to do for the trials.
Yeah, and I think even like something else too is like that it just shows that like art styles are diverse, and diverse types of art styles can be part it can be part of something so great too. Like nothing needs to fit a particular industry norm or whatever to be considered great. All art styles are valid.
You know, it's amazing seeing everyone's art combine into one huge project.
And on that, before we get into anything from the Discord, because we do have questions from the Discord that we will be answering. Now that Who Killed Ashfur is done, well, what's next? For us, we're going to be getting back into some of the things that we did previously. Like, we want to get back into book 2 of the dub. We want to get back into we are creating the Hunt expansion, and we want to get back into creating that. I have Ask Hollyleaf Anything to edit. I have the bloopers here to edit, and I have more bloopers everywhere else to edit. But this has been our primary focus for 18 months, and now that it is over, we want to get back into everything that made the dub the dub. So if anyone wants to speak on any of that, things that they're excited for, by all means, like, go for it.
Guys, please, I want to do an Ask Sandstorm anything, please.
We should just.
Please.
I
feel like it would be really cool to do, like, specifically, like, Who Killed Ashfur versions of Ask Character Anything.
Maybe even having like a segment for that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm really excited to get back to editing the chapters personally, like, because like honestly, but yeah, those are always very fun to edit, just because like I don't know, just something I've always liked.
It teaches a lot of storytelling and pacing.
Yes,
and all that
storytelling,
you don't really get
audio
from, like,
bouncing.
traditional editing.
Yeah,
Or the
pacing.
editing we do.
Yeah, like honestly, I mostly edit like comedy, just like funny stuff, like Fortnite edits and stuff.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah, that's where I get most of my experience.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be like
this-
a
You
Ask
gotta
Who Killed
start
Ashfur
somewhere.
What was that?
There's gonna be an Ask Who Killed Ashfur anything?
Maybe. I don't mind.
That'd be
You
interesting.
can ask the entire team what their, what every question was. That'd be fun. I'm alright with
Yeah.
it.
That'd be fun.
This started in March of 2022. So, a little over 18 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, so even though like the first part was uploaded like 10 months ago now, I think, the
Process
work
of
on
getting
this
everything, yeah.
has been so much longer.
Let's see. I'm going to go through the questions from the Discord, and I will be answering them if we haven't answered them already.
Alright.
I did the favorite my favorite line said. Does anyone else have anything specifically on a favorite line?
I mean, considering the
Favorite-
fact that I re-recorded it about like 20 times, that's enough was one of my favorites to record. But then I guess there's also the final line.
Oh.
The final line.
Yeah.
That was also a really fun one to record, and just hearing it with everything else, Grant going, "It's punishment time." It was just, it was awesome.
I really like he's no littermate of mine. He can rot in the dark forest. I
Yeah,
like that.
your redemption
finally-
arc.
Well, I finally got to express how I actually feel, not how Ferncloud feels. And finally we're like, oh yeah, we feel the same way.
I know one of my favorites that was from Brackenfur was the "That's sickening."
That was my
Yeah.
favorite line to record. It was so difficult. But it's like I just had to have like that loyal anger of
Yeah.
just that's sickening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, because that entire scene where you and Lionblaze just lay into Dustpelt, Thornclaw, and Cloudtail, you, as a viewer, you just got to cheer for them, like, yeah, rip them apart, man. Oh
Let's
God.
go. My favorite line that was said though was very definitely the I saw him. Yeah, that's it. Then I left from Hollyleaf. That was like so like yeah, I told you. That's what you wanted there. That's what it. That's what happened.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Again, a lot of my favorite lines were insults towards Cloudtail.
Cloudtail's one line specifically.
I
I have a take of that I did. I also got it on the first try.
I think
no,
my
go for it,
favorite might one of the early ones, Little is Right.
Uh,
Oh my God. The only wee wee joke I made in there. Oh my god.
Someone got mad at you for that, I remember.
So many
They were
people
like,
did.
Oh,
It was
it-
great.
They're like,
I
like,
was laughing, dude.
I thought better of you, and I was
There's-
like, ugh, you shouldn't.
Listen,
Do you know who we are?
it was like thinking of that was probably the best thing, just because there's no point in time where you'd ever think that those kind of jokes would be in a Warrior Cats universe, period. And yet you just hear a squirrel flight giggle a little bit. Little is right, and then that's it. And that's all you get. If you know, you know.
I added so many insults in with my lines towards Brambleclaw specifically,
Yeah.
and it was
And
so
Cloudtail.
fun.
You and I just kind of roasted Cloudtail the whole time.
Yeah. It was so nice being Sassy Sandstorm again. Oh my gosh.
You roasted Gray Stripe so many times too.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a callback to Sandpaw.
Yeah. Let's see. Alright, I'm gonna head to the thread one more time. Scroll up. Let's see. Most shocking scene in WKA for you. I really can't answer this because I made every scene.
I was very heavily involved in the process too. Oh gosh. I think oh, you know what? I have one. The first time Gear lied to me about the first time you would see Sandstorm's paw.
Yep.
He lied to me about it. And so that took me entirely by surprise, and I completely insulted him in our DMs for
It's because I kept telling her, like, oh yeah, as soon as Brambleclaw notices the paw, that's when you do the shocked face. That's when you do the shocked face. And then I don't.
I think the scene that shocked me the most was I had it and then I just lost it as soon as I started talking.
Cool.
One
You
second,
think of it
go
again?
back. We can find it again.
It's Matt and Mia.
Mine was because I had no idea. Like I didn't know like what parts that Ashfur did speaking because I read half of the script and then probably had to write an essay for a class. But it was when Hollyleaf and Ashfur confrontation, and Ashfur was like going off the rails. Like I was on call with you guys, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
Because I don't think a lot of
I
you
was
saw that
shocked.
scene, that flashback. I don't think anyone
No.
saw that flashback.
That was
Yeah.
my first time
I-
seeing it, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
I mean, to be fair, I helped him record that, so.
Yeah.
Like,
And by the way, if you pay attention, you can hear Ashfur get sicker and sicker because of the poppy seeds during that scene. And
I
Tori
heard that
says,
a
I feel
bit.
sick. You can hear him start to
Yeah.
slow down and like start to lose his mind a little
I
bit, start getting
did
real
notice
tired,
that. That was
and then he's like,
so-
I feel sick, and then
Sandstorm, wait.
and then there's a claw coming in.
Finish him.
I do remember the
Gladly.
scene now.
Is it buffering? Am I buffering?
Is it?
I don't know.
It looks
It's
Looks
fine
fine
for me.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Fine
All
for
right,
me.
Yeah. The scene that surprised me the most was probably the fact that like Ashfur was hanging out with Brackenfur. It didn't like ring in my mind those to be hanging out, but it's like from the very beginning I saw in the notes that you said last sighting Brackenfur. It's like okay, there's a reason Brackenfur's in the night guard card and not Cloudtail.
Yeah, and then he stood you up halfway through the date.
Yeah, he stood me up halfway through our date.
Yeah, to go see Hollyleaf.
Yeah, to go see Hollyleaf. Yeah, I'm upset.
That man had the audacity to go and die.
He
Can't
didn't
believe
even
it.
finish his
Who would
food.
do such a
He
thing?
dined and dashed.
I'll call that died and dashed.
Like he was sick in the head.
I
Poking
think
around the
when-
badger's nest too long.
I think one of my favorite parts of that interaction between Sandstorm and Ashfur is, and I told you this during the actual premiere, when you say Sandstorm is or Squirrelflight is an excellent mother, the way that mother just growled, that
Yeah.
felt so angry. It felt so real. I loved it.
the amount of practicing I did to do that. Oh my
think-
god.
I think I told you to be like an evil witch mother. And then I got that take.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I
I
think-
just opened up the live stream questions and the bottom question just got me.
Oh yeah. The most shocking scene for me, even though like I watched you do all like the lighting editing stuff, like in Call Out one night, was definitely the stuff with like just how the scene changed with like the quote unquote StarClan cat coming in. Like
Yeah.
honestly, like even just knowing that stuff would change, it's still just so shocking to go from one atmosphere to something so completely different.
And I also, with that one specifically, the scene change, where you just see Squirrel Flight's reaction to, like, the lightning.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, with that just all you see is the little shock, and then that's it. Because I did that with Firestar in the first video. Like father and daughter.
Oh yeah. So, going back to the part where Ashfur and Brackenfur were like eating and everything. I don't know if anyone else noticed, but the mouse skeleton was extremely detailed.
Oh, I forgot to mention this. Because of Ashfur's death and I was a medicine cat, and we needed a body autopsy, there's somewhere in my search history of how long does it take for a cat body to decompose?
Uh-oh.
That is somewhere in my search history because I needed to know it for the body autopsy so everyone can know how long the body's been there.
StarClan's eyes are on you.
That's
Yeah, that's
incognito mode,
that's
in my
another-
opinion.
It's another writer on a watch list. Let's go.
Yeah. Oh gosh, some things that I've written for. Oh god.
Yeah.
Anyways, so in Danganronpa V3 there are truth bullets, but there's also lie bullets. Did you plan any lie bullets for this one? I did, actually. I did plan one lie bullet to be used. I think it was going to be actually non-stop debate number 6. But overall, I felt it was better if it was just proven to Squirrel Flight than lied to her. Even though it would have been justified since all she did was lie to him. I think if we would have used one, we absolutely could have. But I think for this one, for viewer understanding, for those who don't know what Danganronpa is, showing just a sudden lie would have been confusing for a little bit. And I think it was a better decision to just go with everything being truth.
I definitely agree with
There
that.
is a little Easter egg to V3 fans. The one nonstop debate that Sandstorm starts, it starts out with the sound effect from the perjury music.
Yep.
Specifically from V3. So, which in V3, when you hear that audio cue, it means there is a lie route available in that nonstop debate.
Mm-hmm.
Which gives you more points in the game.
Was any part hard to record because of the emotion you need to convey? I think we already answered this one.
Plenty of times.
Just want to say, Jay Feather's fake crying and fake confession, again, really hard to convey a fake confession and try to like convince myself or convince the viewers, which did work for a little bit, that he was the actual killer. There are 2 clear signs that I wrote to let the viewers know that Jay Feather is flat out lying. Number 1, he does not mention the herb that killed Ashfur. Not a single time, even though he clearly stated, "Hey, I killed Ashfur." He does not mention what herb killed Ashfur, because if he did, if he mentioned the exact herb that did it, it would have just proven his innocence right then and there. So he didn't mention that at all. And number 2, in one of his flashbacks, he said he was in a panic. Jay Feather doesn't panic. That's how you know he's lying. Anyways, but that was the hardest part I had to record.
I have also thought about the question a little bit now. Trying to portray that anger with Ashfur was definitely a lot harder for me than I thought it would be, because my voice is more sarcastic and like, nasally. So it's hard to portray such like intense anger when it's, for me personally, it feels unfitting. Obviously, I've done it plenty of times, but it's
Yeah.
It was a lot more difficult than I thought it would be. Despite me having like practice on how practicing before recording sessions on how I wanted to, portray that line and everything, which involved a lot of re-recording afterwards too.
And the trial fell through like your typical like start and end of a Danganronpa trial, where there's someone who accuses right out of the gate. There's someone who everyone thinks is the murderer. There's a fake confession. There's the real confession. There's a point in the time where there's a point in time at the very end where everyone's lost right before the final piece of evidence is given. Those were all taken into account as I was watching and setting a Danganronpa trial, but I want to make sure I included all of those various points, and I'm pretty sure everyone here thought of that exact moment as I mentioned it for the Danganronpa trial we just did. So all of it fell in line with an actual Danganronpa trial, which I was very proud of. Let's see. What was the thought behind the distortion of the thing in the intro? Matt was not told about it.
Oh yeah. That was not me.
That was a jump scare.
I took the intro and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have Tiger Claw take this over, and he just messed up the intro, and I just took the final render of it and I gave it the good old analog horror treatment.
Happy Halloween!
Yeah. If when we do the director's cut, do you think that's just gonna be like added in like at the end or something, or is that gonna be like a separate upload? Do you think the distorted one?
I don't think the distorted one's gonna be a part of it. I think it's just gonna be the first intro and that's it.
Alright.
Yeah. Or maybe, if anything, we could put it like right before the trial itself.
What was your favorite part about voice acting the lines for this series? I think we discussed this, but if anyone has any other notes.
Favorite part about recording?
Yeah.
The fact you told me I'm not auditioning, that I'm Brackenfur, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
For this huge project.
A lot of characters were 100% finalized out of the gate because they voiced that character in our dub series, and I just can't think about re-auditioning for them just because of that's their voice now.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite things is probably something you said while we were re-recording my lines. And that
Watch out, I'm gonna quote the Bible!
What?
I think mine was
Content warning Bible.
So while me and Sandstorm were recording the final lines for this, I was telling her about the twist of Tiger Star, and I was comparing it to like a quote that I heard someone do of the Bible, and I prefaced it was like, "Watch out, I'm gonna quote the Bible," and the actual quote was, "The best trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist," and that was Tiger Star playing the part of StarClan. So
I still can't believe you quoted the Bible for it.
I just remember that. I was like, wow, I actually did do that, didn't I? Damn it, I quoted the Bible.
Yeah, Bible.
That was...
Gosh. Watch out, I'm gonna quote the Bible. Something you'd never think would spawn from a Warrior Cats project.
A Warrior Cats Danganronpa collaboration project.
Like, that feels like it's the complete opposite of anything the Bible says you should do.
None of those words are in the Bible.
Oh, probably.
Warrior is.
Oh, yeah. Warrior Cats, a plural noun.
Biddy the Fox asks, while writing the script, how much planning did you have for the storyline? 4 months of it. It's like, for characters less involved for the prophecy and family drama. So those characters like Thornclaw, Dustpelt, Greystripe, they all had a significant portion of the trial based on their own character. Whether it be like having Dustpelt and Thornclaw have their shit kicked in because Brackenfur pointed out that, yeah, being suspicious of everyone is not helpful in the slightest. And, like, you failed us, Dustpelt, was like, oh, yeah, I guess I did do that, didn't I? Like, those guys all had very important parts of the trial, and unfortunately, Greystripe's only important part of the trial was verifying that no prey was wet. That's it. for Gray Stripe
Yep.
and to be a punching bag. Like, everyone had their own moment, like Cloudtail saying, like, yeah, I wasn't there because I did this bad thing, and, like, because that was Cloudtail's secret, which, again, this trial is about secrets and loyalty. That was Cloudtail's secret that he didn't want revealed, and it was a prerequisite to having everything else revealed later on down the line. It was a way to get you into, like, oh, that's what this trial is going to be like. But just in a very minor way by just having Cloudtail scarf down a glizzy. But yeah, I did take
Brackenfur's secret is dating Ashfur.
You're right.
Did I have a secret?
No, you were just the brother. You were just the sibling of the murdered.
Guys, I didn't have any secret at all. No.
Anyway.
Not at
What?
all.
No. Why would I ever have a secret in this trial?
So, let's see. The next one is like, okay, yeah, how'd you fill in the gaps for a lot of the storyline? A lot of it I just took from their own character motivations. What would they say? The hardest part was definitely writing 15 characters with 15 different motivations. Like, Jay Feather's motivation is finding out who did it immediately, and then figuring out if he wants to sacrifice himself or not. Brambleclaw is just like, I need to find this to save my clan. Sandstorm is like, I need to protect my daughters. And then as soon as the daughters came out with the secret, she was like, I need to clear the
Protect my
air
family.
on this.
Yeah.
And clear the air. Like, it's every character had their own motivations. Brackenfur was like, I want to make sure we all get out of this and we're all still a clan. And
Yay.
Brackenfur watching Dustpelt and Thornclaw just kind of accuse Cloudtail, accuse Hollyleaf, accuse Sandstorm. Like, that broke him up. And that's where that line came in.
Sickening.
Yeah. So every character had their own motivations and what they wanted to see out of this trial, and how I filled the gaps was like, this character should speak here, and why should they speak? What would benefit their motive at their end goal if they spoke here? There you go. Was anything improv? A few things. Not many.
There was one that I enjoyed very much. It was a massive dig into Brambleclaw. Originally, the line saying, I thought it weird that there wasn't a night guard there. I thought Brambleclaw just forgot or something. The, I wouldn't put it past him wasn't in the script.
Yep. And that's where it's like, you think too little of me, Sandstorm. Little is right.
Oh my god. It just added so much for that joke.
Yep. How long were we planning Who Killed Ashfur? And what made us specifically choose Sandstorm? We did answer that, which is just the overarching story of Tiger Star getting back at Firestar by killing his mate, and taking this opportunity by seeing what happened happen, and then just going in like, hey, there's intent on this. Making everyone believe there was intent when there really wasn't. And how long was the planning? 18 months. Again, Jets, thank you very much.
What the?
Hey, we get to compliment Turson.
Yo.
No.
Yeah!
Turson was a very big part of how this was successful, by the way. I want to make sure that's very much known. Because most of the time, it was just me being stressed out to hell, and Turson being like, hey, you good? Do you need anything for this? I'm like, thank God. So I couldn't have asked for a better, person to go to for help for a period, hey, I've been editing for 18 hours, how does this look? And then telling me straight out, like, this looks great, or this needs changing, or this doesn't work. Like, that is what Turson did, and Turson, thank you for that.
Person rhymes with great person for a reason.
So true, bestie.
What will the sequel be about? There is no plans for a sequel as of right now. There could be in the future. We don't have any. What art programs you use to make Who Killed Ashfur? A lot of artists use like Paint Tool Sai, Clip Studio. That's up to them on what they use. I mainly use Clip Studio for my creation of Thornclaw, for the creation of the overlay and everything like that. So those were all created by different art programs. So it's all different art programs.
I was so lucky that you use Clip Studio because I don't think I could have transferred that file, like the entire closing argument to you, with keeping my sanity otherwise.
Yeah.
I didn't need to cry today.
Oh,
Aww.
Hey, that's what we're here to do.
make you cry?
Sorry, a little J that came out. Let's see. For the art team, what was the most cursed sprite you drew? I definitely, for Bucci, it was Brambleclaw's Despair sprite. That
Yeah.
was so much fun to see. I loved J Feather's Despair sprite because it really just felt like he lost during the trial, and he did. Like, it really just felt like nothing was going his way, period. Let's see. Who was the one that messed around with video effects? That was me. Let's see. I made it so that Grant was the proper credit of StarClan during that 3.4. So that was a little hint. Will there be a possibility of a sequel in the future? Sure, there could be a possibility of a sequel. Not right now.
That's in the far future.
Not right now. I don't want to spend another 18 months editing. Thank you.
We'd get a team, like a bigger editing team for that one at that point.
Yeah, well, at least
Yeah.
make it at 200%. Make 2 people editing.
Yeah.
Or 4
Yeah, I
people.
mean, I have experience
You had
doing this
experience.
now. So,
If someone were
Yeah.
to make an actual game adaptation to this, would there be anything you want them to do? I want them to make sure the artists get proper credit, first and foremost. And then if they're planning on selling the game, they would need to pay the artists the commercial fees for it. Or at least residuals. Something of that nature. Pay your goddamn artists, people. I
Amen.
operate the
Yeah.
Warrior Cats fandom with that mindset and that mindset alone. Pay your artists!
I did art and I got paid. Not for Who Killed Ashfur, though.
I did a lot of art and got paid for Who Killed Ashfur.
I did one art thing.
Directed to any voice actor, how did y'all get into character? And for the very tense and emotional bits. Oh, that's a good one, actually.
Oh, a lot of, for me, a lot of it was you just like, you know, saying like so many different options that I could go through that I kind of combined them at some points.
That's how I direct, is like, I give them like a situation that would affect them in real life or something like that.
Hey,
that...
go do 25 jumping jacks and come back so you're out of breath for this line.
That has happened before, like 3 times, and it
I was there for that!
every time.
Yeah, and then one of the chapters, I think, it was like, uses, like, here, blast this snowstorm sound effect, and then we got yelling right.
Yeah, it was great. It's like
I
something
had,
that I enjoy when it comes to directing. Go for it.
There was a line I had to record for Brackenfur, or Brackenpaw rather, where, spoiler alert for whatever book of the series it is, Brackenpaw takes a hit from a badger to protect Cloudpaw and Fireheart. And when I recorded that, it was like, how can I get that, like, grunt, like, pained noise? So I pushed my arm into my leg as hard as I could, and then did the lines, like, it's fine. It was nothing. Like, getting that strain was very difficult for me. It's like, that's a great idea. So it's like, very much of
that shows your dedication to this. Like, I mean, I would too. When I tried to do the confession, I did cry actually as when I was recording J Feather. Because I knew that he would have some salty fake tears during that, and this would be the only time he would ever be crying throughout the entire series, and I had to make it count. So I did make myself cry. I did watch like those videos of dogs seeing their owners come home from war, like those kind of. So that's how I did it.
Oh,
God.
God.
No.
So that's how I did it. So I did put my heart and soul into that. Like, I didn't physically hurt myself, but that is dedication. I never told him to do that, by the way. Want to make sure.
It wasn't hurting. It
For
wasn't
anyone-
hurting me.
For anyone that was here, that was also at the panel we hosted, I'm just gonna rehash this. Method acting death, don't try it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't try it.
Not a good idea.
I mean, like, you can do small things like, you know, when getting into character for Ferncloud, you know, I am a college kid. I am not a mother of 7 children, but I am the eldest sister, the eldest cousin. So I'm used to making sure little ones. I think Tara once heard me like get beat up by a beach ball by one of them on a call. Like I'm used to having
Multiple times.
many little kids running around me and being like, "Oh my god, please stop." So I did a lot of that, and just desperately wanting answers I can really relate to. But I think, and I don't think I'm the only one with this, but I don't immediately go into recording. I spend like a couple minutes talking, like I think Ferncloud would talk, just in regular situations. Like, hello,
Yeah.
what are you up to? And then I actually go into the lines.
Are you going to go back to working on the fan dub? Yes. I just want to make sure everyone knows that. We are going to go back to, like, recording chapters and all that. Let's see. Did Squirrelfly's voice was strained after? Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I told her all the compliments on the last video, and she adores every one of them. And it makes her feel very, 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 very nice. And I told her that, like, yeah, you really brought Squirrelfly to life. It felt real the way she did it. And the way that the argument armaments went, that felt like it was true in the moment. And the fact that Squirrelflight at that point compares Brambleclaw to Ashfur, that is the ultimate insult of that entire trial. And it felt justified for Squirrelflight to say that. And the way she did it was pure amazing. I can't describe it any other way.
That was done so well that I was just left speechless listening to it.
What happened to Sandstorm? Dead. What would a lot be
Yup.
doing if you never did WKA? Well, we would keep doing with like the hunt, like a lot of the stuff that we did before Who Killed Ashfur. Like, the Hunger Games was a really good series. I enjoyed it. I'm glad we finished it, and I am excited to keep going forward in writing new stuff and doing more chapters, because it does help that we all get this experience.
Can we talk about all the insults that were thrown at Gray Stripe?
That's the Gray Stripe voice actor asking for that one.
Yes, that is.
I love you.
She's not happy about it.
She's not happy. It was great though. I love you, Gray Stripe. You did great.
Gray Stripe.
But
Jake Feather, you're a jerk.
That's the point.
There's a question for me. Right after. How was the day before Ashfur ditched you? It was fine. He said he had like this huge thing planned and they wouldn't tell me about it. It was like he was gonna go over and make some conversation at the gathering. I didn't really pay much attention. I was too busy eating my my quail. I don't know was it quail? I don't remember that much very well.
Oh,
Did he ever come back?
Oh.
And then he like got up and then said he had to go talk to someone. Then he left and I was like, it was weird because like I saw him leave, but like he was the only person I saw at the edge of camp. It's like the night guard wasn't there.
Yeah, I don't know if anything happened after that. I was just kind of on patrol.
Yeah, I also was DM'd a question by someone being like, hey, I love how you voice act Brackenfur. Also, how do you get into voice acting? We're trying to get into it. I've been voice acting since I've been voice acting for 18 years.
This entire project is a very beginner-friendly voice acting project. Like the dub itself. We had 70 voice actors for the original cast of the dub, and a lot of these changed because people have different lives. They couldn't be here, they could be here. And only like a small handful of those voice actors were professional or had done voice acting
I auditioned
before.
first.
And a lot of those voice actors were very much beginners. Matt here has never voice acted in a day in his life, and he got Firepaw. And he does it well. Like, that is an insane thing to think about, that this is a skill that can be worked on, not only like to improve your skill overall, but to just be a character that you enjoy. I love Jay Feather. Jay Feather is one of my favorite characters of all time, and the fact that people think or associate my voice with him means the world to me, just because I enjoy being him. I enjoy being that character, or like voicing as that character.
And that's exactly how I feel about Sandstorm. Sandstorm was my favorite character.
I've voiced so many cats.
It's just crazy.
You do. You have an insane range. That's the reason.
I have
Oh,
really
thank
fallen in
you.
love
I
with
really
Fern
tried.
Cloud in this process.
Forgive if you're trapped in a dream world. What's the first thing you do? Not a WKA question, but mainly a J-feather question. I'd probably haunt Brackenfur. Can I eat cookies for all the team members? Sure, absolutely. Forgive, who do you think was the best actor on this project? I do not have a favorite actor on this project. I do not. Everyone put
Good
their heart and
answer.
soul in this.
Good
Good
answer.
answer.
Good answer.
Good
Good
answer.
answer. Good answer.
Actually, no, I think
Good answer. Good answer.
I think I did the best acting in this project.
Sure.
In
Yeah,
Who Killed Ashfur. Yeah.
absolutely.
But no, I
Actually, no,
physically
Bucci.
cannot.
Bucci's my favorite actor.
Wiener!
That's the
Bucci,
correct
you know
answer.
what? We.
No, I
I have that as a
physically cannot.
soundboard.
We do too.
Everyone, in terms of effort, everyone put in the exact same effort. Everyone overdid their character. Everyone put everything they had into their character. I can't compare it with effort. I can't compare it with quality, because even though Leopard Star's microphone wasn't the best, and I understand that. We understand that. She understood that. She had such an inflection with her voice that you couldn't imagine Leopard Star as anyone else. And it's that skill and that every voice actor brought to the table. And I can't pick a favorite, so.
The only weird thing for me is, like, I couldn't hear anyone else's microphone when listening to it. I could only hear my own.
Oh, Cloudtail had some background noise. Hollyleaf had some background noise. But the fact of the matter, I had some background noise. But a lot of the music kind of got over that easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was
And I believe at one point,
noticed a lot online.
Sandstorm's mic had a bird chirping in the background, and
Yeah, I heard that, and I'm like, no, my birds are too loud.
Nature noises.
yeah, I was like,
my
it's just
gosh.
nature. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, why wouldn't there be a bird nearby? You know, ignore the fact that it's a parakeet. You know.
Thank you, Jets. Good lord. How did all the voice actors meet? Reddit. I put the dub on Reddit, and a lot of my friends I knew already. And then from that point on, we got the dub together. From the,
I've
we
known this guy
advertised
for
it.
I actually have a fun
years.
story. I actually have a fun story about how I saw it.
Go for it.
So I saw when I had Twitter open, the time I did have Twitter, and I saw a post from Super Nintendo retweeted from Mike Feedback about a server that had voice acting. And at the time I was still like I had this nice microphone I liked. It was maybe $9. I got off Amazon. It was I want to record things. I want to do stuff with my voice. And it was Warrior Cats fandom. I'm I want to do that. That seems so cool. I don't think I'm going to join, though. I don't think I'm going to do it. And then mom was but you love Warrior Cats. Are you going to do it or not? And she literally was either you do this or you return that microphone.
That's
you know.
great.
And I was okay. So I did it. And then here I am now.
Can you do the
Yeah.
"Are you tense" line? Oh my god. I remember when I recorded that because I told myself, yeah, this is about as pissed as you're gonna get. So you're just "Are you dense?" And it just pissed him off, and I was happy about that one. I remember I also peaked my microphone a little bit too, so I had to re-record
yeah,
it.
you did.
If it's okay, I have to head out.
All right, no worries. We're just
Alright.
about finishing up with the questions here a bit. So thank you, Fern.
Alright,
You've been
have
great.
a good one,
Thank you
y'all.
See ya,
again for
Fern.
everything. You're amazing.
Have fun.
I guess who's coming up next to you? Me. Hey,
Hi! Go good.
Oh god.
And then there were 4.
And then there were 4.
Who are your favorite Danganronpa characters? Kokichi.
Kokichi,
Ooh.
let's go!
Yeah,
that's
Kokichi's
my
great.
That's
I
what that,
don't know names.
This sprite
describes
is
the look.
this J-Feather sprite
Gear, who
that's
was
on
it?
the
I
screen.
told you who it was.
Oh god.
Without any spoilers, Strong Woman.
Oh,
Oh,
Sakura.
Sakura.
Yeah.
Sakura, yeah. I
Let's
watched,
see.
I played the entirety of Game 1. Game 2, I got so confused. I'm is this the right game? And then I stopped playing, and I really should pick it back up.
If I can go back and change one big thing about this the Who Killed Ashfur series, what would it be? I don't think I would. Obviously, there's a lot of imperfections. There's a lot of moments that are continuity is a bit scarred here, or it could be questionable, or a lot of people said Cinderheart could have been it because she knew about herbs, but at the same time she was out with Lion Blaze, and that's why she was cleared. like there's a lot of things that I could have repeated to the audience to make it clearer of who the potential suspects are. I didn't because I thought, you know, everything was going to be happening all at once. It didn't happen, but I could have done that. Like a Danganronpa trial would repeat everything over and over and over again. But like I said, there's a lot of imperfections that I could have tweaked and gotten better on, but this is the first time I'm writing a murder mystery trial. Obviously, there's going to be imperfections. There's going to be continuity errors, and you know what? I think for what it is, it's really, really good, and I wouldn't change any big thing about it.
Ooh.
Why is Jay Feather so small compared to Gray Stripe? Because Gray Stripe's Gonta. He's big. He's the big.
It is very hard to write a Danganronpa trial, though. I have a couple fan ones in my brain. Oh, God.
I've written murder mysteries. Like, I've done 2 campaigns and have 2 in the future coming up, like here shortly. What you did is on another level.
It's because I had to pre-write a lot of, like, 15 characters' motivations for doing something.
I mean, you also did spend 18 months, and I did not spend as much time.
What gave you the idea of going with Sandstorm as the culprit? We did talk about this, but I do know that like a lot of people are new to the stream. So either go back into the stream and rewatch that because we explained how Tiger Star just wanted to get back at Firestar, and that's why. But overall, it's because we wanted to pull the rug out of the viewers and just say, like, this is our story, and we can take something and make it better. For the cast, has there been moments when you wanted to rage quit? Not really. I mean, technically when my computer crashed the second time.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah.
I've almost lost half of the closing argument multiple times.
When I had to get an entirely new computer because it just decided the motherboard was not fun.
At the very beginning, when I saw Brackenfur wasn't supposed to be like on the audition list, I'm like, am I just not a part of this?
We changed characters many times throughout this whole thing.
Yes.
Like I said, we had characters from other clans in the trial to begin with, and
yeah, but like there was I don't remember, I can't find it, but like there was a point where he's like, someone like it was either you messaged me like you're not auditioning or Brackenfur's not available for auditioning or something like that, and my brain was just like, oh, my character is like, oh, I guess I'm not a part of this, and it's like, no, you're a part of this. It's like, oh, I don't have to audition.
That's all the questions from Discord.
From Discord, I've seen this question a lot throughout the stream. How did I die? That is a secret until the execution is posted.
TBD! TBD!
Woo!
There was a question I saw a lot throughout the chat.
Oh, I've seen a certain question a lot.
A lot of questions.
So if you guys, we have like 4 minutes left of the stream. If you guys have any like last minute questions, feel free. If anyone here has any last minute statements, like I will go first and say, this is the biggest project I've ever done. I couldn't imagine doing any of this without everyone who helped me make it real. I know I wrote it. I know I did a lot of the editing, but I couldn't have done this on my own. I couldn't have written it on my own. I couldn't have edited it on my own. Like, a lot of this feels very surreal because I am not an experienced director. I have only just started directing for the dub and just the dub itself. This is the first project I fully took the reins on and decided I'm gonna make it my own. And the fact that the response was so positive everywhere feels like, you know, I can continue doing this, or like I have something that I can just keep going with and do pretty well at. So genuinely thank you to everyone. And I know that's been said multiple times, but I cannot say it enough.
I keep going through all of the closing argument, and I just see me losing my sanity.
Do you overwork often? Yes.
I definitely wanted to say that, Matt, you've done a great job directing the whole project. I mean, just like the excitement that I get each time that you showed me like progress or like different edits that you made to like improve different scenes and stuff. Honestly, it just showed how passionate you were about making it through this whole project, not letting the flame die out, and it turned out amazing. Seeing chat like during like the premieres of the streams, like at least the ones that I was able to attend, and then just looking at the chat afterwards. I mean, it was just so awesome just seeing all those hours of work just pay off in the excitement of chat getting spammed with different things at different moments of like excitement, confusion.
Yeah,
It was
thank
so
you.
awesome to see.
Genuinely, thank you.
And
But yeah, everything was great.
Yeah, I mean, none of this would have happened without, like, I don't think this could have happened the way it did without you being the lead of this project.
I appreciate that. Because I've never taken on a project this big before. A lot of the projects I've done, it's like, you know, only just me, or like pushing myself to the end of the line. But having people to like show something too, like, or like seeing the chat reactions. Because at one point I was extremely burnt out, like in the middle of the summer. I rewatched the first part of the trial, and seeing the chat, I had another bit. I had like a second win to finish the whole thing. And so that it's amazing to see everything come together like that. But I think that is where we're gonna call it. If anyone has anything last minute, sure.
I found my Gear Up hoodie and I'm wearing it now.
Yo.
Yo!
Oh, speaking of which, we do have a merch. We do have merch now.
Woo! Yes, I
don't
was I was trying to allude to that with that comment.
We do have merch now, and all the merch supports the artists and just in the art team in general. If you buy something that is made by an art team member, that art team member will get directly paid for that item. So it's all in support of. It's genuinely all in support of just the team that we have here. And if this can work, I do want to end the stream with something. Let me see if I can get this to work.
I made a sticker on there
This
Oh, yeah,
one's
just-
to
on the
work.
merch store.
Before that, can I at least just say, in this canon of Who Killed Ashfur, Firestar likes waffles.
Yeah!
Let's go!
I've been letting chat wait on that one, but
And
There
What
it
the-
is.
50 members! Woo! Because all that money goes to our moderation team.
memberships.
Let's go! Enjoy the memberships if you got one. All you really get is a cool little badge and emotes for the channel for right now, but it is a way to directly support all the
Monica
moderators
got
here.
one.
Oh, and here comes all the alerts for it. Battle kitties.
Let's go.
Oh, there they are.
But
Rebound,
again,
Monica, Man, Icy Stargazer, Bristle Frost, number 1 Defender, Yeetus, Z, Fluffy. It's scrolling on me. How dare you?
This is like calling out some. It's just a
Yeah,
Twitch
we're
stream
just-
at this
There's
Alright.
too
point.
much.
again, final moments because this is all going to be ending here pretty soon. Again, thank you guys ever so much for being here in the stream, for learning more about Who Killed Ashfur, for supporting the series from start to fucking finish. Again, thank you guys for being here, and everyone that stuck around in the stream, everyone that was in the stream, Noah, Ross, and Fern that were here, thank you guys. You guys are great. Matt, Ajax, and Turson, thank you guys again. You guys are fantastic as well. Thank you guys again, and you guys have a great rest of your day. Enjoy your house.